suppose we can get started.
Yeah.
So first of all, let's go around and introduce the characters. We'll start with you, Malik. Who will you be playing tonight?
Tonight I will be playing Sir Richard Lovegood. I'm not doing this in character. He's a bard. Sometimes he slips in a rhyme on accident.
Oh boy.
And
it's what every DM wants to hear.
Yeah. Very high charisma. My main powers, or I guess my abilities, are persuasion and performance. I got a little bit of insight as well. A very insightful dude.
All right.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Gus. My actual name is Francis Blaze of Grendelmork, but I'm a fire ganassi, and I just love everything that's not fire. And I just, for some reason, like, fire and me just didn't get along, but like that was what my parents like were super hot on. So we didn't get along, and so they kicked me out of the house. I didn't know where to go, so I just went like, what is the opposite of fire?
How edgy.
Like, I went to the ocean, right? The ocean is like the opposite of fire.
The frozen ocean, even.
Frozen ocean. This part of the ocean I was on over in Fire Ganassi land was not frozen just yet.
Okay.
And just got on the first boat I could, left, was just getting as far away from home as I could, and then Brandlebeard and his gang of Roddy pirates showed up, and they needed a first mate, so they let me live, stay with them for 6 years. Now I'm here in this town, finally got away from him, hope he never finds me again. That guy stinks, and I'm just trying to find myself.
All right.
But I do everything that's not fire.
What's your real name, though?
Gus. Everyone calls me Gus.
Okay.
Gus.
Yeah, just Gus.
He is not leaving character.
All right.
My actual name is Wave Punk.
This is like Inception levels of like alternate names at this point. Yeah. All right. Sideshow.
I'm going to be playing a little fat dwarven cleric called Robert Trelloop.
His name sounds familiar.
It does sound a little familiar. He's a very, very, very distant relative of Bob Trollop.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, he's Robert Trelloop.
He was known as Treloops in the old world. You know,
Yes. He's a gruff little character, but he likes all things decadent in life.
Wow.
Big fan of food, drink, women, that kind of thing. He worships the god of tits and wine, essentially.
Okay. It's good to know. Bren, how's your dinner? Our food's
My
gonna be
name
between 625
is Thoras.
635.
Thor ass.
Thoras?
I was gonna say thorax, but yeah.
Yes.
It's either
Thorax.
an insect
It
butt
is
or a sore butt. One of the
An
two.
honourable name in Goliath society. Thoras.
Thoras.
All right. Any distinguishing traits about thorax? Physically,
I like
personality-wise?
To smash things.
Yeah.
Dogs.
Do you like to smash dogs?
Smash dogs?
Thoras likes to smash dogs.
Oh boy.
Wow.
With my great
animals?
axe.
I think that's illegal in the state of California. I don't know.
And birds. And rocks. And humans. And
Wow.
yeah. I like to fight. And that's my one goal in life.
All right.
Sounds handy.
So not to avenge your family. Just
My family was weak.
Did you kill your family?
No,
Okay. I was
they
worried
died.
for a second there.
They died.
Oh, wow. All right.
Why Thoras?
They died because they were too weak.
Your family, your entire clan.
Yes, and I will live on because I am strong and not weak.
Do you run with your arms behind you?
I do not.
Okay. All right. Just check.
I run with my axe out at
Do you
all
speak in the third
times.
person?
Thoras does speak in the third person. The character is developing as we
This is beautiful.
go into it.
Thoras is coming alive as we
This is the birth of
play
Thoras.
here. This is incredible. All right. So let me give you a little bit of background in the world. I'm going to read this pre-prepared thing. It's very dramatic. All right. This is the introduction to the campaign setting that I actually created a few years ago, but I never really had a chance to use until recently when we and some other personalities from the Overwatch League started playing just for fun, just to do D&D, just off stream, away from everything for a little bit, just roll some dice and have fun. But it's a cool campaign setting, so when we had the chance to do a one-shot, I wanted to bring it in. So here we go. It's called the Ashlands. It's been 1,000 years since the Fool's War sundered the world. What was once a thriving continent of enlightenment and prosperity was in one cataclysmic day reduced to a shattered husk. A scattered handful of cities survived along the coasts, all reduced to pale shadows of their former glory. Now the center of Braycrath is a desolate place known as the Ashlands. Here, the ruins of entire civilizations are buried beneath layers of charred rubble. To brave this land is to brave dangers such as raging ash storms, abominations spawned from wild and ancient magic, and enormous fires that have burned underground for millennia. All this, however, seem hardly to dent the resolve of explorers in this new age of curiosity. Rumors of advanced magical devices, untold riches left by extinct cultures, and secrets of power long forgotten have a lure that cannot be denied, even though many that venture out from the safety of the few remaining cities are never seen again. Today, however, we will journey far from the bustle and chaos of the South and look north to the red tundra and a pact that has ensured the safety of a peaceful people for as long as any can remember. It is a pact of bone. Yes,
The
that's
Pact
right.
of Bone.
The pact of bone.
That's the title.
That's the title.
Pog?
A pact of bone. That's right.
Great.
Turning into like a wander stave again for a second. The frigid city of Siku sits in the Bay of Glass on the far northern end of the continent of Braycrath. Despite its harsh surroundings, the city thrives and its people are happy. The Ashlands are nearly always in view, its towering wall of red dust a constant companion to any that look to the south, but it is forbidden to go there, as it is well known that the pathways of ash lead to nothing but despair and madness. The lure of treasure and magic that fuels a wild and dangerous trade in much of the world holds no sway here, and the people of the North are content to live simple and peaceful lives. Oh, what do you know? I've got a notification. I'm a terrible DM. As the coldest season begins and the people of Siku prepare for the long and hard winter ahead, a delegation is assembled to deliver a gift of bone to a guardian spirit called Amru, who's dwelled in the hills to the south for generations and is said to keep the tundra free of evil creatures and other sinister beings that emerge from the ash wall. As notable members of the local populace, you guys, you have been given the honor of escorting the city leader's daughter to the sanctuary cave to deliver the bone pledge to Amru. A crowd of townspeople have gathered for the Bone Pact ceremony. The atmosphere is jovial, and as you collect your things and the ceremonial sledge is finished being loaded, Siku's leader, Tantaka, approaches to bid you and his daughter a safe journey. So you're basically at the edge of the town of Siku. Behind you stretches, I would say, a small city, large village, mostly buildings made of wood, some of several stories tall. It's a pretty bustling city as it is a port, but the bay itself is always frozen over. So lots of the different sort of like packages and things that come in are brought in on big ski barges, essentially, and then taken out again to where the ice ends and the wildness of the ocean keeps it from freezing over. So basically, you've gathered on the other end of the town. Ahead of you is the gates, and beyond that, kind of broken tundra of ice and snow and things. Everything has a little bit of a reddish hue because of the sun reflecting on the wall of ash far into the distance. There's also a forest between you and the wall of ash, and that's where you're going. That's where the cave is going to be located, that you need to take this sledge that's going to be pulled. It's not that heavy. It's fairly big, but between you guys, you can manage it pretty well. Take it to the cave where Amru is said to reside, although no one has really seen him in recent memory, but people kind of assume he's out there, and this is a yearly thing. It's not really that big of a deal, honestly. It's an honor to be chosen to do this, but it's not really... The guard duty is seen as more ceremonial than anything. But it is notable that the leader's daughter is coming along to actually give the pledge this time.
Interesting.
So, yeah. So anyway...
I will woo her.
She's 13 years old.
Thoras will not woo her. Thoras will not woo her. Thoras will not woo her. Thoras.
This guy.
Thoras, stick to pulling the car.
This guy's a weirdo.
Thoras wants to fight.
I'm just glad he asked first because I was wondering the same thing.
Tekka, Tantaka's daughter, looks at you warily as she backs slightly away staying closer to the sledge piled with bone, Tantaka gives you a not sinister, kind of a suspicious expression as he walks forward and says, your exploits are well known in terms of keeping the city safe, perhaps a bit too vigorously from the various ruffians and gangs that inhabit the dark streets and things like that. But it's not really going to be a violent mission. Try to keep things calm. This is a happy time.
Well, okay.
And he turns to you and he says, sir, love good. Did I forget? Did I get it right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Wonderful.
Love
That was out of character. The town leader would know you well, of course. He said, would you honor us with a performance before the party sets out? And there's a crowd gathered around, and you're fairly well known as an entertainer around town, and everyone's looking at you expectantly.
I don't think you can afford me, unfortunately.
He already paid for you to be here.
Yeah, he paid for me to do a job, not to entertain you.
Oh.
It's an honor to be part of the ceremony, and there's murmurs going through the crowd right now as to kind of hear you say that.
So it's gonna cost you about 500 gold.
Roll persuasion.
All right.
Oh, Lovegood's about to be retiring.
3.
Isn't that a D12?
Oh, I didn't bring any of my dice.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
That's a D12. All right, yeah. Don't sell your persuasion skill short there.
There you go. I had to.
Well, so you say that, and I'll just full disclosure. The first DM roll of the evening was a 1. So Tantaka looks. He kind of rubs his beard a little bit, and he sort of like adjusts the fur lapel on his coat, and he kind of he leans in. He goes, "This is very irregular, but when you return, we'll pay you a sum of 500 gold." And he backs off and then goes, "Everyone, Sir Lovegood, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit
do a song,
flustered,
man.
but still,
What's
happy that
going
you're
on?
performing."
He's gonna sing, dude.
Dude, what
think-
type of performance
I
are
don't-
you
I've never
gonna
listened to his
do?
music.
I don't sing. I'm a comedian.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm ready to laugh.
all right.
All right, time to tell some jokes, I guess.
A few scattered applauses happen in the crowd.
Man. All right, so what do you call a crazy warrior that is interested in our leader's girlfriend?
There's,
no,
there's
excuse me,
already,
then-
there's already some subtle like laughters, and someone goes, "I think I know, but what?"
Thoras wonders as well.
Thorax. Sure. You call him a dream.
Oh, roll performance.
That's still a D12,
Yeah,
by the way. That's the
where we
D20 you
at?
want. There you go.
17.
Oh,
Oh, all right. The crowd erupts with uproarious laughter. Everyone enjoys it. There's like more like vigorous applause and everything like that. Tantaka moves over near his daughter and puts a hand fatherly on her shoulder and pushes her behind the sledge. And he's like, "Oh." He's looking slightly uncomfortable at everything right now, but the crowd seems into it, so he's okay with it, I guess. Yeah.
You know, Mr. Tantaka, I don't
Yeah.
mean to presume. Why
Yes.
why is your daughter coming with this time?
Well, she every year, of course, the ceremony has a ceremonial deliverer, the fulfiller of the pact. And so this year, my daughter is old enough that I trust she will be safe in your care to do this. It's a great honor.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, don't worry. We'll keep her very safe.
Yeah. She'll be fine.
She'll be fine with us.
Okay.
I'll keep an eye on the big boy as well.
Thoras wonders where bandits may be.
Doris is just going to be pulling the cart. Don't worry about it.
Well, lately things have been fairly safe, but of course it is Amru that we thank for the safety of the land outside of our village. We do there's a small militia, of course, as well, and
nice.
we do keep a defensive force. Some may call it an army, but we've never really had to use it. mostly because of Amru. But anyway, it should be a pretty safe journey. You should be able to reach the cave by nightfall if you leave now, and be back tomorrow.
Very good.
Cool. Let's go.
Come on then, Thoras. Pull this sledge. I'm gonna sit on the sledge.
Veal.
What's that?
I need my veal. Okay. All right. So I lied. I'm not a comedian. I played the veal. It's just such a wimpy weapon, and everybody makes fun of me for playing it. But
No, you're well liked and well known, and now you're known as a comedian too because you killed it in that
Dude, I thought it
performance.
was hilarious. Can you tell another joke?
because you guys are all idiots. All right. Let's get this show on the road. I need to get my
Thoras is confused. Are you not a comedian?
Just a very funny entertainer, I believe, Thoras.
Okay. All right.
Don't trouble your little old brain about it.
Where are we going?
All right.
I
To
pulled
the
a
cave.
compass.
Going
So-
south
what
to the
direction?
sanctuary cave of
South that
Amru.
way. Let's start going.
Okay.
There's a path that leads south through the gates. Kind of a well-trodden path that the sledge slides easily along.
Where
It's
is
fairly flat.
Who's pulling this?
You guys are.
All of us?
Well,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sitting on the sledge.
Step aside, little man.
I'm planning to
Can I
planning to
use my
get
persuasion
a.
to not have to pull this cart and have them all pull it?
Well, I can have you roll opposing persuasion checks against the rest of the party. I'm down with that.
Let's go.
Tekka will ride on the sledge as a ceremonial driver, but she's just kind of hanging
too
out.
much work for me.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
You want to
No.
help, man? Come on. It's 2 people per side. It's gonna be great.
Thoras bets.
You would
Thoras
arguably
can
be the
pull
most
everyone.
famous member of this group at the moment.
Wait, you think you
Way
can
too
pull us
famous to
off?
be-
Thoras will pull
I'm
the
way
wall.
too famous to be pulling a wagon. Come on now. All right.
I want to see if he can pull us off at the
Opposing
same time.
opposing persuasion checks against each other member of the party individually. We'll start with you.
D20.
Yeah, and then whatever your persuasion modifier is.
Ooh, let me. I rolled a 5, but what is my modifier? It's pretty high.
I rolled a 10.
A 10.
I rolled a 5.
Okay.
How is Thoras's
How's Thor-
persuasion?
You're feeling very persuasive today.
Thoras has no need for words. Thoras will best you in strength. And I
No,
will
this
be-
is him trying to use his way with words.
I am going to just start pulling the sledge. And I am
All right.
encouraging everybody to jump on the sledge as a test of my strength.
Yeah.
What is your persuasion?
I rolled a 9.
A 9
5
total?
plus 4. So.
Okay, and you had a 5 and you had
10.
Oh wait,
a 10. What? You should be able to add to it. Add more to that, right? I would imagine you're.
No, sorry. So I'm at 14.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you convince everybody. So you can.
Yeah, you guys can do your thing.
All right. Yep.
Pull
so you
that
guys are
wagon.
pulling the sledge, and he's
And
convincing you, yeah.
I'm riding on top of it too.
Okay.
Thoras
yeah.
already
So
said he would
you
pull
sit down
the
next
sledge.
to Tekka, and she seems like pretty pleased that you're sitting there, because she just saw you perform at the village and made everyone laugh. And you're like one more barrier between her and like the big scary guy.
Hey, how's it going? My name's Richard Lovegood. You can call me Dick. Call me Richard. Call me Richard.
It's like,
Richard, do you know
all
any
right.
magic tricks? Can you do any magic? I feel like magic would be cool.
No.
Oh, man.
the sledge leaves the village and begins to
Do
slide
I have
across
to roll
tundra.
a strength check for carrying everybody?
Yeah, sure. We'll see how well you do it.
I want to go into a fit of rage.
Okay.
You're
Is that's an out of combat thing?
I'm popping my
It's an
rage.
in
to
combat
pull
thing,
the
isn't it?
sledge.
Wait.
How do I do
All right.
this? Hold on. I'm going to let out a bestial call.
What does it sound like?
I can't even. Pick up
It's very
the rope.
peaceful.
He's a huge Murloc, dude.
20!
Oh!
20, dude!
The sled just takes off
Holy moly.
as Thoras begins to pull like crazy. Both of you roll dex saves to avoid being run over by the sledge.
Oh.
No.
So, do I add my dexterity to this?
Well, just there's a dexterity save on your character sheet, so that's what it should be.
Like,
Yeah.
I crit failed on the roll.
well,
that
that's
ain't-
just
that
fine.
ain't
I think I'm just
That
gonna
ain't
fail no matter
good.
what, right?
We'll get to you in a second.
Okay.
Some hit points.
I
bro.
rolled a 14.
14, and just roll a strength check to hold on.
Oh, to hold on.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
hold on. Okay.
You're a pretty easy one. You're on top, so it's not. Oh my goodness, that's a D12.
That is a
Thankfully,
D12. That is a
that's a
D12.
D12.
Oh, it's a D12.
You have all those dice in front of you.
I'm glad you're rolling it on that though. That's yeah.
Wait, 12?
Yeah.
I'm rolling 12.
No, yeah,
20.
that was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
D12.
That's a 12. Yeah.
I thought I just rolled a d20.
There you go. Yeah.
7.
Wow. All right. Well, okay. So luckily, you're in a good position to hold on. So you hold on. What'd you roll?
A 14.
A 14. You barely get out of the way as the sledge surges forward. You dive to the side, face down in the snow. Meanwhile,
Very
your
agile,
Tekka
round
lets
dwarf.
out like a squeal of fright as she holds on as well. And you, unfortunately, are just completely run over by it.
I was on the sledge. How am I run over?
I know you were pulling it. Remember, he convinced you to pull it with him. So you were
No.
basically
He
the two
told
of
us
you
all to
were
jump on
getting.
the sledge.
I told everybody.
Oh,
to
did
jump
you?
on the sledge?
Oh, okay.
Because
All right.
I don't believe in words.
Well, in that case, you fall off the back and take 2 damage as you land in the snow. It's an awkward landing, but it's still in the it's on hard packed snow.
so fast. It was
Hey,
wild.
Thor, can we slow down? Somebody just fell off here.
I will not slow for anyone.
Poor Gus.
We must meet our
Gonna
destination.
leave Gus.
Run, Gus, run!
Okay, I'll catch up. Don't worry, I'll get there.
I think this is our pizza. 1 second.
Okay, good. Because my sheet
is
is
a real
also
D&D.
failing for
Hello?
some reason.
You'll get the pizza guy in.
All right, cool. I will be down in a moment. Thank you.
Tell him to join.
Get him in. Make him roll a character.
I'll be right back. See, this is real Dungeons and Dragons where the DM runs out to get the pizza. Right?
I'm finding which of my spells can help me catch up real fast.
Gus, how are you gonna get? We should have.
Don't worry.
So wait, Thorax doesn't understand words.
Thorax. Also, my name is Thoras.
Thorax.
Yes, like Thor. Ass. I understand common speech. I understand giant speech. I understand orc speech. I just don't like using speech.
All right. Got it.
I like to smash
Don't we all?
things. I'll smash you if you're not careful.
Oh. You are a droll big man, aren't you?
What?
Droll.
What does that mean?
Amusing.
I'm not comedian.
You're fairly funny though, aren't you, Thoras?
Who named you? Thorax.
My mother.
Why?
Why? In our clan, we name ourselves based off of the wind and what it said on the day.
Oh, you weren't named after your favorite deity and then your best asset?
Now, I may be dummy thick, but I do not take kindly to insults.
It's not an insult. Yes, yeah, I can grab some.
I think this is where we got pizza from last time.
Yeah. Anyway, it's all over here. Feel free to get up and grab some. This is a very informal D&D show.
Thoras sometimes forgets to speak in third person.
That happens though.
Thorax claims to be dummy thick.
I have the cake.
The cakes.
All right. Well,
I want to use a spell.
Okay,
To slow down.
all right.
I want to give him a celestial woman's voice in his ear.
Okay.
It says, slow down, Thorax. And I want to use my spell Magic Mouth to do that.
All right,
Can
go
I-
for it. You don't need to roll to do that, I don't think, right?
Now to use my spell now.
What would you like the voice to say to him?
Thorax, slow down. I'm looking for you. I'm trying to catch up with you. Thorax, please, slow down, please.
What?
Thoras?
Whatever. I'm going to start to slow down to a crawl
Please.
as I'm looking around.
Could you please slow down? I've been looking for you for so long.
It's good that you slow down because it gives our Fire Ganassi friend a chance to catch up to the sledge. You've been
Fire
running
Ganassi
behind it
friend
for a while.
Had a great spell to help him immediately catch up, but now that the sleigh is no longer moving, he's just gonna have to walk it. So, oh damn it! I have this. I could have just like caught up with all my cool magic shit, but I guess I was gonna walk now. No reason to waste it. That's just old Gus, though. Everyone just leaves him behind all the time, kicks him out of the family.
Hey, yo, Thorax, why'd you slow down?
Thought I heard something.
Why'd you slow down, man? We were gonna get there like in 2 hours.
Oh, I can speed up.
I hope
Let's
you don't
go,
need that
man!
spell
I'm
slot
back.
later.
Get back on the sled.
Wait,
Jump
is that
on.
a cantrip? Is that a cantrip or is that a level 1? What's the level of that spell? Because I'm just hoping you won't need that spell slot later for something more
Don't
important.
worry. I got stuff.
Okay, all right. That's good to know. Cool. All right. Well, the sledge. So you had been pulling it very quickly. You were making some good time. You've still got like another hour or two until you get there.
Well,
really.
I've stopped for now. I'm trying to.
All right.
Thoras is trying to discern where the voice that he just heard came from. And he's looking around, and the only person he sees is the princess.
Oh no.
What? Why did we stop, dude?
But this was a
Why'd you
voice
stop?
that was whispered into your ear, though.
Yes.
This is a voice that
Thoras
whispered in your ear,
wonders
so-
why you whisper in my ear.
Who? No one
She
was
goes,
in your
No
ear,
one
dude.
whispered in your ear.
I don't. What are you talking about? And she's like, "Are you okay?" And she's kind of like backing into the seat a little bit more.
Thoras is confused.
Don't worry about it, Thoras.
You know what
Let's
I do when
just-
I'm confused,
She's like,
man?
could
I
we
just start running. You should just pick up this sled and just start going, man. You'll just like forget all about it. It'd be great.
Yes,
Just
Thoras.
saying, yeah,
Tekka
what he
agrees.
said.
She's
You're
like,
right.
Could we just get the sledge going again? I want to get home later.
Yes,
Bones being
yes.
Go
over
back in the
with,
town and wondering
sort
why
of.
we stopped like 20 feet outside the gate. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, let's just go, dude. It'd be sick.
Yeah, you turn around and you see some people gathered outside the gate, kind of looking confused at you. They're like, why'd they stop?
Yes, yes.
I'm really embarrassed. They all saw me fly out the back of that sled, man. It wasn't cool.
All right, so are you going to start pulling the sledge again?
Soon.
All right.
As
Great.
soon as I sign into D&D Beyond.
Meanwhile,
I will pull the sledge
okay.
faster than any of you I've ever seen.
Can you keep me on board this time, dude?
Ever.
Dude, you pulled me so hard a second ago, I like flew out the back. So let's go
There's
like
no
that,
room in this
but just a
world for the
little bit
weak.
less. I'm not weak. You're just amazing.
I will crush you.
Yeah, you will. It's okay. Let's do it when we get there.
I have crushed men with my hands.
I'm not a man,
Animals,
but that's
bears.
okay.
I break birds into two.
Birds are kind of easy to break into, man.
I've
I broke birds
eaten
into.
live animals
You know, I got shot with a cannonball
to
one time.
survive.
I bet you did, man.
You are
Let's go.
tiny.
This is how Leonardo DiCaprio got the Oscar, too.
Let's
Same
just
performance.
go.
Thoras will carry you.
They're starting to laugh, dude. You can carry, dude. Can I get on your back?
Yes.
Let's go. I jump on it. I scramble up
Okay.
his back.
You jump onto his back.
I'm like holding on like a backpack.
How? What is this? What do I have to roll for this?
Just roll a strength check. Start pulling the sledge again. Oh boy.
Hell yeah.
Oh, this is a good thing,
Oh, it's a good thing.
Dude, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Dude. We're gonna book it.
right?
I have rolled an
Everyone's
18
kind of waiting.
plus my strength modifier.
This is already the most awkward ceremony that the most awkward bone pack ceremony ever in the history of
They couldn't even get out the gate. What's going
It's
on?
a 21.
Okay, you start pulling it again. It's not quite the jolt, the surge that you guys experienced before, but the sledge is moving along again, and everyone seems pretty impressed that Thoras is pulling it on his own.
Oh, Thoras is
I
pulling
hope I can
it.
say that name without laughing by the end of the session. I can't guarantee that.
All right, we're finally moving.
All right.
I'm just sprinting.
Okay,
dude.
You're huffing, you're puffing.
I'm used
How
to
tired
these
are
cold
you?
conditions.
I hope I don't get any bugs in
My
my
body
face.
has been adapted.
Okay.
Thoras is built like rock.
I'm like talking in his ear because my head's right there. I'm like, yeah, dude, yeah, you are. Let's fucking go. Just riding the waves, dude.
How big are you? How tall are you?
I'm short. I'm like 5'4".
Okay. Still a pretty big person to have like on your back. How big
tall
are
are
you?
You're Goliath,
7
right?
foot 280
Oh,
pounds.
all right.
I weigh 135,
Sure.
I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. So you're carrying him pretty easily and pulling the sledge pretty easily. Impressive. All right. Well, the sledge keeps moving through the tundra. You're starting to hit a little bit of uphill as you go sort of up into where the mountains begin. It's kind of a combination of like rolling hills. You can see a few low mountains here, but there's mostly trees and forest and then the ash wall towering above everything else. As I mentioned earlier, everything has a little bit of a reddish hue to it as the sunlight kind of reflects off the ash wall, which is kind of reflecting off the snow, and you get that kind of vibe going on. You continue to pull for another hour or two. Roll a strength check to test your endurance here.
6, 7.
7? Okay.
7.
You've started to tire out quite a bit, and the sledge is slowing down to near stopping. Now, clearly Thoras is.
When I
is
see
at
him
the-
losing
the
speed,
end
and
of
I
his
feel
rope.
like I can help. I let go and like fall down behind him, and I'm just like pushing on his butt. And it was like, come on, let's keep going, man. Let's just keep going. We gotta get there. And I was pushing him as hard as I can.
All right, you're pushing.
Thoras does not need help from you.
I'm not helping, dude. I'm just like your booster seat.
Stop feeling my ass.
Oh, I can't even feel it, dude. It's just
Tekka
rocks.
goes. Does anyone else want to help push the sledge?
I don't know.
Pull the sledge.
Do you need a hand, Thoras?
No.
Do you need a break?
No.
Okay, he doesn't need a break. I turn around, I let go, and I hop to the back of the sled. I start pushing him from the back of the sled. I'm just come on, guys, come on. You got it. It's all you, dude.
Is anyone else helping?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, go on then. I'll give you a hand as well.
We're not getting. We're all sitting on the sled,
Yeah.
dude. You just keep pulling.
Oh yeah, keep going, Thoras. And I'm gonna trot along behind.
Okay, the grunting's a little too much for me. I'll give him a hand. I'll jump down too.
All right.
But I do it with one hand like this. And I look the other way the whole time.
You're just looking back the way you came.
Yeah,
Okay.
cool guys don't look at sleds, man.
As you push your way, as you push and pull the sledge through the frozen tundra again, you start to enter a sparse forest. There's not really any leaves on the trees or anything right now. It's a fairly I would say not thick, sparse. I kind of already said that, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you can see between the trees, and you can see up ahead. There's the mouth of what looks like a cave that kind of goes down into the ground. As you're pushing things along, because you're looking behind you, see a cloaked figure step out from behind one of the thicker trees. It's a slender figure with what looks to be an antlered bone mask or a skull or something over their face. And they just step into the path, their arms concealed in the cloak, and watch.
What in the world is that?
Wow, it's a dude in a cloak. He looks kind of evil, dude. I don't know if it's guys.
Evil?
You see this?
You guys see this?
Dude.
Thoras will crush him.
Wait.
Thoras, he might just be a nice guy. No need to work yourself up.
If we need to crush,
As you say
you
that-
get to go first.
You hear Tekka let out a shout, and you turn, and another one with a different sort of skullbone mask steps out in the path in front of the sledge. And
Okay,
then you
maybe they're not very nice.
notice another couple of them step out from beside trees on either side.
Presumably, these people are not with Omru.
I don't know who's on. I've never met him.
Hi guys. Can we help you?
The
Been
one
here.
in the back of the sledge, he's away maybe 100 yards back, and he just starts silently walking towards the sledge.
Is it just
Okay.
the one starts walking towards us?
Yeah,
Is it a slow pace or a fast pace? Like
just a casual pace.
casual pace.
Yep.
Okay.
Like purposeful, but not sprinting or
Thoras charges.
run at him.
Did you actually try? No.
We need to form a circle around.
Thoras charges.
All right,
Can I cast detect magic?
you're gonna charge him.
I'm charging him.
It's
Great
been
accent.
it's been said.
Wait.
Okay,
Wait.
roll
Oh, shit.
initiative.
No shit.
Now we'll get into a point where other people can do other things, but that was an immediate thing. So all right.
Okay.
So
5.
Do I add something to this?
Let me get out my pad and paper here.
Yeah, you've got initiative is right up at the top.
It's a good chance to grab.
Scroll all the
pizza,
way to
too.
the top, and one of these 4 things is
pretty good,
proficiency
actually.
bonus, speed, initiative, and armor class. All the way at the top.
There it is. Cool.
This
14.
dinner brought to you by Pizza Press. It's pretty good pizza. That's not their motto.
The slogan of the company. It's all right.
It's pretty good pizza. They have a news themed pizza place. It's solid.
They have a what?
It's news themed.
News.
That's why when you make a pizza, it's publish your own pizza.
Oh, I see.
Right.
That's
That's right.
strange.
There's no fake news about this pizza. It's real delicious.
No.
Yep, you should be in marketing.
Been banned from buying Pizza Press forever, apparently. All right. So let's see. So initiative rolls.
I rolled a 4.
You rolled a 4. Okay. So I keep
Caleb
thinking of you as Bob, but you're Rob this time.
Rob.
All right.
Caleb rolled a 14.
Rob. 4. 14. That's Gus, right?
Yeah, Gus.
Gus rolled a 14. And Mr. Lovegood.
I rolled a 14.
All right.
Oh no.
Sir Richard.
I rolled a 3.
A 3. Total?
Oh, my bad.
There should be a modifier.
It depends. Some people don't get advantage on
Yeah.
initiative.
You always get some sort of modifier. Yeah, I was gonna say because you at least get your
forgot this is
proficiency
initiative roll.
plus dex.
Yeah.
I think it is.
So I rolled a 6 total.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a 0 initiative.
Okay. You have
My-
0.
Yep, my character is poop. It's my dex modifier, which is 0.
Is your oh okay? Huh. All right. So I guess you don't have the proficiency then. I'm still learning 5th. I'm still my brain is still set in like 3.5 mode for the last like 10 years. All right. So we got
My proficiency, I have a +3 bonus. For that.
Okay. Yeah. So you get 6 then. Thor, what'd you say again?
5.
5. Okay. All right. Well, let me go to my encounters here. 5. Got it.
We're gonna be messed up.
I was gonna say.
Nah,
not
dude, we
the
got
greatest
this.
roll. Ooh, I rolled sub 10 and I still beat all of you but one. All right.
Now, would I get the first action as I'm charging?
You will get a surprise action, and as you're doing that, as you're running towards them, we're going to give everyone else a chance to respond before you reach the person. So let's see. All right, they got that, and all right, cool. All right. Okay, cool. So then it goes, making the order here. Rich. This is like some of the lowest initiative rolls I've ever seen. All right.
Silence.
We're
Wow.
This is the first fight. We can't be screwed yet.
You're screwed. Everyone's going to die. I'm sorry.
No. We
That's
gotta
how
protect
it
the
be.
princess.
We're losing HP, man.
Did I? Does
Thor is actually second to last. You'll get to
If I'm charging, surely I get the first attack.
yeah, we'll give it to you. Yeah, because you're gonna kind of surprise them. But as you're running, we'll let everybody else have a chance, except for the enemies, have a chance to do something else, something non-combat. So, all right, and we'll just go around
just a quick
the
question?
room for that.
When
yeah,
I'm riding on the sled, did that
Uh-huh.
count as like a short rest where I could have possibly like regained the 2 hit points I lost?
no,
Okay. Just making sure.
no. All right, so we'll just go around for the out of combat actions as you're charging forward. So, Rich, Dick, Sir Lovegood, what did you want to do as you see Thoras just begin to charge this dude we've never seen before, and who hasn't made any threatening move other than to look kind of scary?
Yeah.
He's charging him with his axe held high.
They said he was evil.
Who?
Gus.
Gus runs his mouth.
Gus said he
You
looked
did,
evil.
you did say he was an evil dude.
And that is all Thor.
What are you gonna do?
Well, I want to make sure we keep her safe. So, I just want to move. I just move closer to her, but basically, I want to stand between her and the nearest cloaked whatever.
Okay, there's one about maybe 20 feet in front of the sledge, and then there's another couple on each side. I can draw it here, I suppose. Do
That'd be
that.
dope.
Yeah, it'd be good to know positionally what we're
Sure.
dealing with.
Let's do that. All right, I have to move this microphone so people can see this, I believe, on the stream.
Yep.
All right, so if this is the sledge,
Yeah.
there we go. These keys, like a lot of bones back here. We've got 2 cloaked figures on the side here, and just for chat's sake, this is not real measuring distance on these hexes here. This is just visual. All right, and then there's one. Oh, I see. It's like that. I should have drawn it farther up. Well, whatever. All right, that's basically where it is. Let's move the sledge a little bit.
Oh, is it dry erase? Oh no.
Yeah, it is. I didn't bring permanent markers.
Well,
for
I
TNT.
didn't know if it was wet erase and you need like water.
Oh no, it's good. All right, so there's a sledge, bones in the back, and so that means that we've got Thoras, who has ran around the side of the sledge to charge the guy in the back. So we'll say you are right here. Then we have Tekka up on the sledge. We have
We were all standing behind.
Dick there too. Did you? Oh yeah, you were behind it. Yeah, you're right. You were behind it, and Rob Trollope was behind it, and Gus was behind it. Sure. All right. So Tekka is on the front by herself.
Gnarly, dude.
You see her like reach down and grip like a dagger that's on her belt. So she is lightly armed.
All right.
All right. So
Who's
Yeah.
next?
So I wanna swing around the other side of it.
okay.
And stand between that one that's on the edge.
All right. We'll do exactly that.
Make sure you're speaking to the mic as well.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So we'll put you. We'll put you standing in front of the guy that's in front of the sledge. Then.
Yes.
Got it. You notice that he. There's a sinister aura about him. Mm-hmm. He seems to sort of like exude a sense of power that the others don't.
Who? The guy I'm charging?
The guy in the front.
That's the guy you're charging, right?
No, you're charging the guy in the back.
Who's the guy in the front?
The guy in the front is
There was
just
a
one
guy
of
in
the guys
front
that
and there was a
appeared.
guy at the back.
Yeah, but you probably haven't even seen him yet because as soon as Dick alerted everyone to the presence of the guy in the back, you immediately charged him, as you said. So
Yeah.
So there's
we're
six
just following
people
what
total,
you
yeah?
said. We're letting the players play here, Bren.
Yeah.
It's
All
6
right.
people total that we've
It
seen
is.
so far.
It is 6 total. Yeah, 2 on the side, 1 in the back, 1 in the front. Yep.
Hey, okay, guys. I don't like what we're dealing with here. Can I make out like what exactly it is beneath the mask? Or is it...
No, you see like 2 black voids where the eyes are. So you can't tell if it's a mask or a face or something like that. But it looks like essentially the skull of an animal that someone is wearing as a mask, like a deer skull type of thing. Yep.
Oh, these things don't look rational.
All right, Gus, you have a chance to do something, some sort of setup action before the
Before
fight
combat begins.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I looking around. I see the guy in the back. I'm a mage. Understand like magical aura, like high arcane stuff. I want to cast detect magic. What's it called? Yeah, detect magic at him.
Okay, but nothing else. This is kind of like out of combat type actions.
Okay.
So this can be your first. This can be your first action when we get to combat.
Well, it's a for the sense of presence of magic. It doesn't do any damage of any sort, right? This is like a
Sure. What's the range on that?
30 feet.
30 feet? And you center it in an area, or does it come out from you?
For the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of
Okay.
you.
You
So
just
within a
see-
I'd
range.
say you're pretty much
around
within
you.
30 feet of everybody.
It's like a magical aura all around you that you can see.
Yeah. You do definitely detect magic of varying degrees coming from everyone.
Okay. Is there anyone that's like clearly stronger than the other ones?
Oh, yeah. The guy in the front of the sledge is
Okay.
noticeably stronger.
Okay.
Or noticeably more magical, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
I'm like looking. I put my hands out. My eyes are white, and so then I come back.
Because
I'm like, dude, this
remember
guy right
there's
here.
no-
This guy fucks. We cannot let him anywhere near the girl. Okay, you understand me?
There's
We
no
have to deal
good
with him.
or bad associated with it, of course. It's just a sense of power.
I just understand that guy is stronger than the other ones. I don't know if
Right.
he's here to help. I don't know what he's here for. This guy is scary.
Which
I don't
one?
understand him.
Oh,
the one in the
guy
front.
in the front.
Okay,
One in the
so
front.
the one in the front,
Big mask.
and yeah,
All
so
the
I'm in
purple stuff.
back.
You can't see the purple stuff. Damn. Okay. Yeah. Just that guy.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna run up onto the sledge next to the young girl.
Okay. And you are charging. So now, top of the order, with the exception of Thor going first. You may.
I attack.
All right. Go ahead and roll
you
your
ready?
attack. I'm ready. Bring it.
I rolled a 13 and 14 for my 2 attacks.
All right. The first attack does not hit. The second one does.
Excellent. And
So
damage.
roll damage for the second
Yep.
attack. D12?
Yep.
Jeez. What do you? That's a big axe.
Holy
8.
shit!
8 damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna basically, as I'm approaching him, I'm gonna go for a swinging overhead strike down
Okay.
and try and whack him.
All right.
A guy you have no idea about.
He was evil.
No.
I was told he was evil.
You're told
I
he might
take
be
action.
evil.
I was
looks
told he was evil.
All right.
We gotta be more careful. With our
So
words.
your first swing barely misses him. In your rage, you're
And
kind
I'm
of a
gonna
little bit
scream.
off balance. The second one though
Thoras
connects.
Fox.
Just as I swing at him.
The second one connects solidly into his shoulder, and he stumbles and gives out a grunt of pain. He's like, "Ah!" But he doesn't really seem to be ready to fall.
And I'm going to flex on him as well.
All right. He's bleeding a bit, and you notice
Grunting the entire
you
time.
kind of notice a little bit of like kind of like black sort of like vapor sort of energy kind of seeping from where the wound is as well. A bit ethereal in nature, but he's not bleeding like a normal person would, basically. All right. So that being the case, suddenly the figure in front of you cocks his head to the side, and as he looks behind the sledge to what's going back there, and he goes, "Balatosh accepts all sacrifices." And then he turns back to Tekka and goes, "She will do nicely." And he attacks you.
He attacks me.
Yep, because you're standing right in
well,
front of
I
him.
mean, I did put myself in that position for the
You
little
did.
girl's sake, for
You did.
Tekka's sake. So
It was very heroic of you. So let me. What's your AC?
12.
12. Okay. Let's see what I can do here. All right. That's a hit. I guess one more. Ooh, that is all right. So that's 2 hits, and let me roll damage really quick here. It's not a D12 at least. Yep. How much HP do you have?
38.
38.
Yeah.
Okay, you take 15 damage total.
Oh, goodness gracious.
He draws a black sort of glowing blade from underneath his robe and swings it in 2 quick successions, almost too quick to see, and you feel 2 slashes appear on your chest.
Goodness gracious. Oh, this is going to look badass, though, for the women. But, goodness, this hurts.
Pros and cons. I like that you look at the silver lining of things.
Insightful.
Yeah, exactly. So now it is your turn, actually. You've just been slashed. Tekka lets out a scream.
So, have we tried? These things aren't trying to talk; they're trying to fight. Because I speak Celestial.
Okay.
So I don't know what language these things speaks, but I
What did he speak when he said it earlier?
He spoke it in common. You all understood it.
he spoke in common.
He said it in common, yeah.
Okay, so we do. And he's looking for a sacrifice. He's already slashed me. I'm fighting. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just do a little unarmed strike. Yeah.
All right.
Unarmed strike.
All right. Go ahead.
See where we at. I need a what?
Roll away. You notice the sort of like shine of like polished leather underneath his cloak and things like that. So it doesn't look like he's wearing plate or anything, but he definitely seems to be armored. So you'll need to roll to hit first. So that should be there should be a proficiency bonus.
3
Okay.
and plus 2 for the hit.
Yeah, so roll a d20. And that is a natural 1. Oh no. Roll a d6.
I did already.
Oh, I mean another one. I have a chart. When people roll ones or 20s for hits or for attacks basically.
Yeah.
I have a special chart I've been using for years and years and years. So to make things interesting when you critically miss or critically hit, other than just more damage or miss real bad kind of thing. So a 1,
bro. That's a wrap.
Luckily,
I
though.
rolled a 1.
Luckily, a 1 on the d6 for the critical miss chart means nothing happens. So you simply just miss. You just take a swing at him and he deftly steps aside. And,
Okay,
and
I
your
just
blow
got
doesn't even
slashed, so I
come
shouldn't be
close.
doing the fighting. Where you at, Thoras?
Well, speaking of Thoras, it's not his turn yet. It's going to be all the fanatics, and basically the 2 on the side are going to take their time this action to get closer. They're going to 2 of them are going to approach the front of the sledge. They look like they're heading for where Tekka is sitting, and the two in the back head towards Rob and Gus. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what they spend their actions on.
They're getting closer
Yeah.
to us.
Yep, that's right.
Okay.
Meanwhile, it's Thor's turn.
Nice.
You have taken a swing. You've connected with the person in front of you, and you feel so much vigor and anger that you can take another swipe at your foe, who has never
time
done
to
anything to
start.
hurt you ever, but you're going to attack him anyway.
Slaying. And I mean slaying. I'm going to go into a rage.
Oh boy.
A fit of rage. And I'm going to start swinging at him with again, double attacks. That's a 19. That's probably going to be a hit.
That hits.
That's a 15, even with no modifiers.
Goodness
And it's
gracious.
+6
Whoa.
on both.
All
And
right.
as a bonus action, I get to attack again because I'm in a frenzy.
Okay.
So I'm attacking him again.
right.
Which
Oh.
probably doesn't hit. It's a 2.
Yeah, that one doesn't do it. Yeah. The other two, though, a solid chunk into his chest. Roll damage.
Okay. 11 at 17 in total.
17
Yep.
damage.
17 in total.
You cut him solidly, and he stumbles and falls to the ground for a moment before he gets back up again.
What the fuck?
That's right. He's clearly injured, but he's not down for the count just yet.
Unbelievable.
Yep, that's right.
I think
of,
we should run.
speaking of him, it's his turn, and he's going to attack you.
You can try.
Oh, he will try. He'll try right now, and he'll miss, and he'll miss again. Injured too much to put up much of a fight. He swings futilely at you, but the blows go wide.
Yes, of course I do.
Yeah.
Thoras is agile like a cat.
It is Rob's turn.
Or perhaps a paper bag.
You notice some of the robed figures approaching from the sides of the wagon. Two head towards the back of the wagon. Two head towards the front. They all draw black daggers from their robes as they come forward.
Okay, I'm going to cast Mirror Image, which
Okay.
creates 3 illusory duplicates of myself within
exciting.
the space.
Oh, shit. I get
so-
+2 damage of strength weapons. Never mind. Go ahead.
Unlucky.
I fucked up.
Remember that for next time.
So, yeah, I basically I bust out 3 duplicates of myself, and I'm gonna. I think. Do I control them actually? No, it's just that they kind of phase and shift around me, so it's very difficult to be able to attack me.
It gives you like a bonus for your AC or something like that.
You have to roll a d20 to determine whether the attack hits me or hits somebody else. So
Okay,
I'll,
sure.
I'll go through it when people actually
right.
attack me.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I'm gonna move in front of the girl as well. I'm gonna take up a position next to her, but just in front of her to try
Okay.
and block the people that are coming for her.
All right, cool. So you cast a spell. Can you cast that spell and move? What's the time on that spell?
It's the casting time is 1 action.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. So and you move towards Tekka.
Yep, just
Okay.
in front of her.
Okay, cool. All right. I'll redraw the map for the people watching the stream real quick. As we're gonna go to Gus next, so you can think about what your move will be.
I'm pretty ready.
Okay.
I'm ready to go.
What's it gonna be?
All right, so I've seen people moving in from all sides, clearly black. I've detected magical energy from all of them. I understand what's happening. I've seen Thoras going for people. I've seen Mr. Lovegood already get beat up. And I'm like, oh, what is freaking happening? I thought we're not even going to talk about this. Okay, woo, let's just go. And just jump in the air. I cast a thunder wave as hard as I can, a 3rd level thunder wave. And I have a trait that allows me to sculpt spells. I can choose, in this case, since it's a 3rd level spell, up to 4 people who automatically save everyone has to roll a constitution check on this,
Okay.
and they automatically succeed in their saving throws.
Oh,
That's cool.
Holy moly.
wow. Really?
That's like an actual pro move.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Okay.
You guys don't get hurt, but they're all gonna get fucked up.
So what does it do to my guys again?
So because
I have
it's
to roll
a
con
3rd level
save.
spell,
Okay.
Everyone has to roll a constitution saving throw. On failed throws, the creatures take 2d8 thunder damage.
Whoa.
And are pushed 10 feet away.
Sick.
And
All right.
because it's a 3rd level spell, I roll 2 extra d8s.
Okay.
So 4d8 damage.
4d8.
All right.
That ain't bad.
One fanatic. Yeah. Okay. Do you have to roll to hit with it?
I mean,
No.
I feel like it's probably just
No,
con
it just
saves. I don't think you need to
auto
roll.
hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just roll the damage.
I'm rolling their con saves right now. Things are not going great. Ooh. All right. And does this affect the party members by any chance?
So the party members, because I have that sculpting spell. It saves all. They don't have to roll the Constitution saving throw.
What is the save I'm trying to beat here? I made an assumption because of the spell level, but let me double check.
It just said I don't know.
Usually
So
it's-
Constitution 15 attack
Yeah.
save.
Oh, okay. All right. That's what I thought. All right. Cool. All right. Well, everybody gets pushed back except the guy in the front.
Okay.
They all get knocked back and take. Go ahead and do the damage.
12.
12 damage.
I rolled two ones. Two ones. A 7 and a 3.
That's
I was gonna say,
that is
yeah.
brutal, actually.
So the one that Bren was fighting just blows apart into pieces.
Okay.
Just explodes. He was already a little bit. Some of the seams were starting to give way flesh wise, and he just blows up.
Can I like roll an intimidation as well? Like I'm slightly hovering in the air, bristling with
want
electric energy.
Do you want to try to say or do something intimidating while you do this?
I mean, I just
what do you
leaped in
do?
the air and just yelled as loud as I could,
What do you
slightly
yell?
modified by the reverberations of the air I have pushed towards everybody. It's a loud screech.
Okay. All right. Roll intimidation. Sure.
It's a 17
Okay.
plus
Holy moly.
skills, yeah? Intimidation plus 4,
They
20.
messed with the wrong sled. That's all I know.
All right. Well,
Now
That's
that's
21.
That's
Okay.
Thor.
No, my name's Gust. There's Gust, but it was originally
that's more like a Thor thing, isn't it?
it was Gust because I helped
God
blow
of
the
Thunder's
air into
over
the
there.
sails of the boat.
Well, all of the robed figures on either side of the sledge get blown back about like 10 feet or something, whatever you said in the spell,
10.
flat on their backs. Their front of their robes tattered and torn. You can tell some of them are bleeding. You can see sort of like that the dark gray black mist coming up from some of their bodies. Meanwhile, the one fighting Bren, like I said, just blows up. Essentially, a shower of flesh and sort of like gray matter and gore fly back into the trail behind you, and the figure in the front is blown back slightly, but sort of slides a couple feet and crouches and holds. His clothing sort of flaps around aggressively, but doesn't tear.
Yeah, this is very anime.
Very anime.
He's like, ugh, yeah.
Okay.
And then he takes another step forward, basically. So now we'll go, and now we'll go to him. Actually, it's his turn.
No one touches the princess.
That's right. He is going to. You're still in front of him, right?
Well, he just slashed me twice.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I've retreated a little bit just because,
Where have you retreated to?
I've retreated. No, I haven't retreated. I'm standing my
That's what I
ground.
thought. All
I'm
right.
standing my ground. Fuck that.
He pulls his sword back, and you can see sort of the obsidian type blade glinting in the light of the red ash wall behind you, and he goes, "Now you will die," and he plunges it forward to try to attack. What's your AC again?
12.
All right. Ooh, okay. So the blade sinks into you, doing another 7 damage.
Okay.
And you feel the strength sort of leaving your limbs a little. You feel strangely
wait.
weak when
Can
it
I use
pierces
this
you this
cutting
time.
words ability? So basically, as a reaction to being attacked, I can use bardic inspiration and subtract a number from that roll.
Oh, from my attack roll?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
You should definitely do that for the first one.
Yes. So for the first one, I want to do that.
All right. How much do you subtract?
Let's roll. Find out. So 11. Wait, hold up. So
I think you roll a d6.
It's probably like a
or
D6, I'm
D8.
guessing. Usually for bardic
Sorry,
inspiration,
I didn't
that's
say
that.
it.
Yeah.
I think it's a D6.
No worries.
All right.
I will say it was very possible for you to avoid that hit with a proper roll on the D6, but a 1 does not do it, unfortunately.
Can I not roll a 1?
So you
What do you say to him?
You are
Huh?
stabbed.
What do you
yeah.
say to him?
What
It
are
is
your
cutting
cutting
words.
words?
What are your cutting words?
How inspiring! So
That's a 1 right there.
so he doesn't quite skewer you, but he sticks you pretty good with the dark blade, and as he pulls it out, like I mentioned, you notice your limbs just feel strangely weak at this point. You've certainly been affected by something that's in the sword.
feel like they got like I'm poisoned or something.
He, as you lie back on the ground, he steps past you and reaches out to grab Tekka, and he grabs a hold of her arm. And as we'll do that, is your action now.
My action.
Yep.
Dang man, this is tough. 'Cause I'm made to interact with people, not enemies and monsters. I'm gonna try another unarmed strike, man. It's just like all I can do, you know. At this point.
And to be fair, you thought it was going to be a pretty easy time too.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be an easy time. And people jumped the gun, you know. All right.
You don't have any weapons though.
Wait. Oh no. I didn't set the weapons. Yeah, I typically have a two-handed axe. But
okay.
it's not here. So
Yeah, if you want to use that. Otherwise, if you want to give yourself a weapon that's easier to sort of like pull out in the moment or something.
nah, I'm gonna
right.
try to lug this two-handed axe with little strength.
Suddenly, from out behind your back, you pull a two-handed axe. The cartoon pocket suddenly comes into play.
And I rolled 12. I rolled a 12.
A 12?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a D12 again that you rolled, I think.
No, you rolled this.
Oh, that one? Oh, okay. Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
All right. A 12 plus what? Well, it's because it should be plus your proficiency. So it'd be your strength bonus and your proficiency bonus.
Bonus of 3. And
3?
my strength bonus,
All right.
which is -1.
That you swing and he has to take a step to the side and you narrowly miss him. It was close.
Did he let
he had
go?
to actually react.
Did you let go of the daughter?
He does not.
Oh, wow. Held on to her and
She
dodged the
she
attack.
tries to fight back. We'll give her a
Tekka, I
chance.
tried,
here.
I
That
tried.
That did not work. That's about a 13-year-old girl's strength right there. Yeah, that was a child roll. Anyway, so she tries to break away. She does not succeed, and now it is Rich's turn.
Oh
no,
man,
that's you. Never mind. It's I meant to say. I meant to say it is the all of the robed figures on the side who normally would be attacking people right now, but are instead picking themselves up and trying to stumbling forward, trying to get back to where
Guys,
the boss
I
is.
can use some help here.
So you've managed to keep them from doing anything for 2 rounds, which is pretty amazing.
right.
And now
Fuck
it's
with me.
going to go to Thoras.
Have you gone?
Yeah,
Yeah, he
went.
made
Yeah.
illusions.
He goes after you.
Thoras is covered in blood and gore, and he, just kind of scours over the battlefield, and he spots what he thinks is the strongest man. Which is
There's an easy choice there.
the easy choice, and he screams, "Finally, a worthy challenger!" and charges straight at him. Again, screaming, still in the frenzy blood rage. Now, I have fast movement
All right.
as a trait. Like, I move 10 feet faster than anyone else.
Okay.
I am just fucking barreling towards this geezer.
Okay.
who currently has his hand on the small child?
I don't give
He
a
also-
fuck.
also-
Is that one that has Tekka? Is that one?
Yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
and what sort
He's
of describe the
pulling her
blade that's
off-
on the other side?
What's that?
One hand is on the girl. The other hand has a blade that is glistening red.
Right. It's glistening black. It's like obsidian, sort of like this sort of black stone sort of, but it's got an aura about it as well. And he just stabbed him with it.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. So now he's got the blade in one hand and he's got the girl in the other hand and he's hoisting her off the sledge
As I
as she screams
charge,
terror. Yeah.
I am also going to scream, "Hostage will not work on Thoras. Thoras cares not for weak." And I am just going to start swinging with frenzied attacks again.
All right.
And this attack is going to be reckless.
So
Means
so you're not trying to avoid hitting her at all.
listen. I basically am screaming it as a bluff. This is almost like an intimidation roll, if you will, to try and intimidate him to thinking, "Oh fuck, he's actually going to slice through this girl."
Okay. He's basically got the hand. Which side of the? You're coming around on which side of the sledge?
Whatever's easiest.
'Cause
I'm
one
looking for the
side-
direct path.
Okay.
The most direct path to this guy.
So you're coming around this way. He's got his blade up like this, and he's got her arm in this
Yeah.
other hand. He's
I'm
pulling
going to
her
swing
off
straight into him. He's going to try and guard me. Listen, if you want to try and guard me, motherfucker, you need 2 hands.
When you attack her, you're going to at least try to avoid to hit her.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to make an effort, but at the same time, I am using my ability, reckless attacks, to gain advantage on my attack roll.
All right. Advantage
going
on your
to
attack,
kill
but
Tekka.
I will say subtract 1 because you have to work a little bit extra hard to not hit her.
Fuck it, I'll frag the girl. I'm not taking the minus.
Whoa!
It's -1.
No, I'm not taking
It's
it.
-1.
It's only -1, chat.
Thoras.
He won't take a
Thoras
-1
cares.
roll, but he'll
He's
risk
staying in
killing a
character.
child.
Thoras does not be swayed by a hostage.
What is this guy's problem?
What's going on?
Look out! First attack's an 18. I'm using advantage on the other attack. Not 20. That's a crit. And a 2. So one of them is a crit. The other one hits as well. And the crit is just double the damage, right?
It depends on the weapon, but generally, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh my word. Is this a D12? Yep.
All right.
Okay. 5 at 3, 8, plus 2 because of my frenzied rage, which is 10 damage to the first attack, and then the crit attack
Ooh.
is 18 plus 5.
Damage?
Yes.
Yeah.
So 23 plus 10, 33 damage into this guy.
All right. Your axe just chunks so solidly into his chest, sinks almost the entire blade's width into his chest. And he lets out sort of a bestial, like non-human kind of like scream as like these black tendrils pour forth from the wound. Tekka is screaming as well because she's terrified and grabbed by this guy. But he stumbles back a good couple steps, but he doesn't lose his grip on Tekka and he doesn't fall.
You are weak.
He looks
will
at you and
eat
he
your
says,
entrails.
"The flesh is always weak."
No, you.
All right, it's
Somebody get.
it's gonna be his turn. All right, he's going to step forward towards you, and then through you, he just vanishes.
What the fuck?
You look around confusingly, and you see him appear about 50 yards down the path, dragging Tekka along, stumbling slightly.
Do we get any opportunity?
No opportunity to attack here?
Well, he literally just like goes through. He kind of becomes incorporeal for a moment, and so does she, as she kind of goes along for the ride, basically.
He's 50 feet away.
About that, yeah.
I'm fucking chasing him.
All right. Well, first it's going to be Rich's turn.
Yeah. So
My
I
turn,
want
right?
to make I want to use my spell sheet.
my
Josh.
turn.
Oh, I'm
after
sorry. Yeah,
Frost.
it's Rob. Yeah, my bad.
Okay.
Robin Rich.
So you can see he's making his way towards the ash wall, which is in the distance, but only about maybe like a quarter mile away. It's pretty close.
Okay. As he vanishes off and goes away, I'm going to. I was right next to the girl. I'm going to grab Thoras with me, and wait a second. Let me just check how this spell works.
Can I have counter spell, which is a reaction.
Okay.
Is that something I'm allowed to do at any time, or does it have to be my turn?
Whenever somebody casts something at you,
Oh, at me.
doesn't even have to be your turn. Yeah.
Because it says when I see a creature within 60 feet of you casting a spell.
So what I will say was that what he used was not a spell, but it was an
Okay.
innate ability.
Wow. Okay. Would I know that
Um,
as a mage?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. You've never seen, none of you have ever really seen anything like this before. You know that there are rumors of ash cults that dwell within the Ashland that worship various evil deities and beings and things like that. But those, while those rumors are pervasive, you yourselves have never actually come face to face with any of them. But if you had to guess, you'd probably guess that these guys are part of one of them.
I'm going to as he disappears away, I'm going to kind of blink for a moment and then cast Dimension Door, which allows me to teleport 10 feet in front of him. I can teleport anywhere within 500 feet.
Okay. All right.
So I'm going to cast that. It's a level 4 spell. That's my level 4 for the entire night.
You cast it on me?
No, I can't. I can only bring... I can bring another creature of my size or smaller with me.
I'm
So
your size.
I'm not yours. You're not
I'm
my
smaller.
size.
I'm medium. I'm
I'm
considered
small and I
medium.
cast thunder.
Medium?
I'm
I suppose you would be medium.
I'm
Yeah, yeah.
considered medium.
I mean, if I can bring you, then yes, but I assumed that I
you
wouldn't be
medium?
able to. I mean, I'm a dwarf.
If you're, I think dwarves are medium.
I'm
right?
a fat little
Dwarves
dwarf.
are medium.
Okay, well, I didn't think that was possible, but
You
yeah.
didn't say,
I
man.
go, Thoras, hold on. I'm going to grab him, and I'm going to go poof, and we blink through a different dimension. and arrive 10 feet in front of him. Behind.
All right. He goes. As you step through the door from another dimension, he just looks at you and he just sighs. He's like, ugh. And during this moment, you see Tekka pull her dagger from her belt and just stab it into his arm. And he lets out shrieking, like his grip falters for a second, and she slips from his grasp and starts to run back towards the sledge. Now
Whose
it
go is
will
it?
be it would be Gus's turn.
Nice move.
Yeah.
Okay. So she is running towards us. I see a blink, and I'm like, what? And then I see a door, and they're over there, and I'm like, dude, we have to talk spells after this. Oh my gosh, that was sick. But then I watched the encounter happen because I'm like, I can't reach that far. I've tried. Like the farthest I've ever gotten is like 45 feet. That guy's so far away.
Yeah.
Jeez. But then I see him draw. I see her stab. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I run towards the spell. I try to get as close as I can, and while I do, I try to cast Wall of Water in between him and her.
Okay.
To separate him.
Okay.
To separate them.
All right, you do exactly that.
Okay. Creates a
And-
wall of water at the point of the ground. You see make the water up to 30 feet long and 10 feet high, 1 foot thick.
Okay. You do exactly that. And it pretty much does cover the entirety of the path. So you've successfully blocked off her from him. Yeah.
I'm still running to like, come on, we just gotta go away. Get away from him.
All right. And so that means we are over to him now. He's standing in front of the both of you, looking pretty beat up, but still on his feet and still clearly upset with how things have gone.
Thoros will break you.
Which one of you would you say are closer to him? Probably you.
I will make every effort to fuck him.
Oh wow! All right.
Whoa.
Well,
kinda erotic.
Oh, that's this campaign is taking
Roll
a
to
strange turn.
seduce.
All right, roll to seduce. He's gonna attack you with his blade. What's your AC again?
14.
14. All right, that hits, and this does not hit. So he does hit you once.
Okay, I'm going to use Stone's Endurance to turn my skin to stone.
Is that a reaction?
It's a racial reaction.
Wow.
Yeah.
What does that do?
I reduce the damage dealt to me by 1d12 plus 3.
By what?
1d12 plus 3,
Holy crap! Jeez, level 7 characters are powerful.
which is only 5, but still.
Okay. So you take 5 damage then, and you do feel a weakness flood into your body a little bit
Okay.
since you've finally been hit by him. All right. And then it brings us back to Sir Lovegood.
Is this poison?
It is not poison.
What is it? Just so I can add it to the
It is magic.
D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
What the hell is that under?
All right. I'm in pain. A lot of pain. And this has gone too far.
You are also alone.
And I'm
We
alone,
have abandoned
laying
you.
by the sleigh alone. There's still tons of enemies around.
Yeah. They're getting closer to the sledge now. There are still those other 4 cloaked figures that were momentarily thrown back
Yeah.
by the shockwave from Gus, but they
Totally forgot about them.
Yeah, they're back. They didn't
Yeah.
forget about you though, but they
Yeah.
can't get to you.
And
You're-
I'm just sitting there, just like ready to be finished off. So I want to cast Suggestion
okay.
in the vicinity.
All right. So you could. What's the width on that spell? You could probably hit 2
Oh.
of them on one side of the sledge.
Okay, let's take
Yeah.
a look.
Because there's 2 coming from each side.
30 feet.
30 feet. Oh, okay. So if you center that on
Is that the
yourself,
range?
you'd be able to affect everybody.
I would like to center that on myself.
Well, is that the range or the radius of the spell?
The range.
What's the size of the spell? The radius. It should have another info there.
Oh, really?
Because I feel like it's like 10 feet or something for suggestion.
I thought it was just a
says
direct-
range
It's 30
area,
feet.
30 feet. It says, yeah, that's all it says.
And it's to a single target.
Oh, a single target. Okay.
Yeah.
Just to a
So you
single
can do it on the
target.
one that's closest to you.
Yeah.
What's the suggestion gonna be?
So I know that there was one in particular that was kind of leading the other ones. The I guess the
He's the one that's on the other side of the water wall facing those 2 right now. So
Okay.
he's out of sight at the moment because there's a
Okay.
wall of water between you and him, and he's like 50 feet down the path
yeah, he's
anyway.
too far away.
In front of the sledge, yep.
Okay, cool. You know what? maybe it's not wise for me to cast that because the one I want to use it on is not near me.
He would be a lot more difficult to affect anyway, so it may not be the worst thing ever. All right.
I think I just want to like close the distance between me and the rest of the party.
Well, they're so basically you two are essentially together.
Oh,
at
we're
the
still
sledge.
together.
I'm
Yeah.
running away from you actively right now, but yes.
Towards her, right?
Yeah.
But you're closer to him than anyone else, and then those two are on the other side of a wall of water doing who knows what. You can't see them from where you are right now. You saw them step through a door and then pop out in front of the dude that cut you down, and then a wall of water popped up between you and them.
Okay, cool.
Is what you've seen.
All right, so I want to cast suggestion on whatever the nearest one of these things is. I want to cast suggestion, and
Okay.
I want to suggest to him
Mm-hmm.
that he should probably grab his friends and just leave the area, because if not, Thoras is going to come after and hunt each and every one of them down.
It's true.
And will
All right.
not stop
Okay.
until they are all gone,
That's a solid suggestion.
and put the fear
All
in
right.
his heart.
So that's a wisdom save that he needs to make then. So what's your spell save?
My spell save.
Yeah.
14. Wait, hold up.
You should have a spell
So
save.
yeah, it's 14.
14. Okay. All right. So let's see if he beats this. He's got +1 to his +1 to his save for that. Oop, I need to roll on the table. You've successfully made a suggestion to him. So he basically stops and he looks at you for a second, and then he turns to the robe figure next to him and he goes, "Wait, did you see that enormous creature cut down Trollum behind the wagon?" As he searches for the name of his compatriot that he forgot until just now. He's like, he's going to do that to all of us if we don't run right now. And he goes, "Flee, flee, everyone." And the other three kind of like look to him and they go, Are you insane? Crackmarrow will have our hides on his wall as art, bad art. And he goes, no, we need to get out of here. This is terrible. And the one next to him goes, "Fine, flee, you coward, if you choose to." And so his friend turns and runs. But the other three are not convinced. They're more afraid of their leader than they are of Thor over there.
Okay.
But one of them has left. The one, we'll say, the one right here is gone. He has fleed. All right.
At least there's one less one.
So you do have, you can make like a move or something too.
Cool.
Or get up, I suppose, because you were.
Yeah, I just want to get up right now.
You get up.
And I want to get up and just move a little closer to everyone else, since he's already kind of running in that direction too.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna head in that direction. I'm kind of just limping.
You're kind of fleeing from the other cultists though that are
I
coming
don't
towards
want
you
to
right
be
now.
anywhere
Yeah.
near that.
Right. Well, they're pretty close to you already. In fact, they're close enough that one of them's going to be able to take a swing at you.
Oh no. Cool.
They're all gathered in. I'll adjust this real quick for chat. So these guys, there's one here, and then there's like two here.
Chat won't be able to hear you.
Oh, there's one there. There's one. Oh, other one.
One there, two
See,
there.
there's no reason to hear me anyway. Yeah. So anyway, three of them approach you.
3.
Yep. One. There's only one close enough to take a swing at you, though. What's your AC?
12.
12. All right. He does hit you. And he does. How many hit points do you have left?
Let's see. I lost 15 on the first, 7 on the next, 22. So I got 16 left.
Okay. He does 3 damage to you. His dagger sinks into your like leg as you try to escape, but he doesn't seem to have a lot of strength behind the stab, and it doesn't do too much.
Goodness gracious, am I the tank of this group? I'm taking all the damage right now.
You are apparently.
You can update your health on D&D Beyond as well.
Just absorb.
Yeah, that's true. If you don't want to have to like keep track of it in your head, you can change it on the
okay,
the
yeah.
website too. Yeah.
You just click at the health points at the top right. That gives you like a little calculator.
So now it is Thor's turn again.
Wait, he hit me for how much? 3?
3, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Thoras.
Thoras.
Thoras. Okay, get it right.
Thor.
Thoras
ass.
is coming for that ass over there. That little monster there with the tentacles. He thinks he's sick. And again, go at him with some reckless attacks, and I'm gonna scream with I like a whisper scream. Thoras will skin you and wear you like a little man-skin suit, you little man-skin man. As I swing at him again several times.
Wear you like a man-skin suit, you little man-skin man.
19 is the first one.
That is the sentence that was said.
He is
By a human
Brenism's
being.
incarnate, Thoras.
15 is the second one. As he calculated
All right.
because of the rage.
Good Christ.
And then
Sure.
my bonus action as a frenzy is a 17.
So what was it?
3 attacks.
What was the first
17,
one?
15, 19. I think,
What?
or 18
Holy Christ.
to hit.
The first and third hit.
Oh, to hit. I thought you were saying that
Yeah.
was the
No, to
damage.
hit.
No,
Good
first and
God.
third hit. So you've hit
15
twice.
doesn't hit? Holy moly.
Nope.
Yo, this guy's cracked. But I'll tell you who's more cracked. Thoras coming for that ass.
You're basically soloing him.
He is going to die. Okay. 17 is the first hit. And 10 is the second. 27 damage.
All right. You reel back, your axe held high, and you bring it down with yet another bestial roll. A lot of bestial roars coming out of your character there.
Man, a lot of
And you
grunts.
cleave him in twain. He is 2 parts vertically, falling to the ground at this point. And there is no more movement out of him right now. Yep.
I get out my skinning knife and I begin to skin him.
He hasn't even hit the ground yet.
Catches the part of the body as it starts to
Skins him
fall.
as he's falling down. Like,
Yeah.
smooth with it.
So
He has skin.
as this happens,
Oh, God.
well, there's a wall of water between you and the rest of the party. You two and the rest of the party. So you are running towards Tekka, and as you're running towards her, you see the ground sort of move in front of her, and out of the ground, just like a body coming from a crypt, rises another figure in black. This time in sort of these like sharp black epaulets, a long sort of like cloak, no hood or anything like that, and he has a stark, gaunt, white, bald head and looks very sinister. And he rises just in front of Tekka out of the ground, and he looks at her and goes, "Hello, little girl. I am Master Crackmarrow, and you are coming to the Ashlands with me. Bolatosh has plans." And he grabs her on the shoulder, and she screams as they both sink back below the ground.
Okay.
And the ground covers over them like a
Do I
recently
have-
exhumed grave.
Is this the sort of thing I could cast counterspell on?
It's not targeted at you.
Okay, but it is just
You
a
can
60
counterspell any
spell.
spell.
With a 60 feet, I cast. Oh, blah, blah, blah. One reaction you get to take when you see a creature within 60 feet of you casting a spell.
Sure.
Okay, so I could cast that.
Do you have to roll to make it succeed?
It says it's instantaneous. You attempt to interrupt a creature in the process of casting a spell. If the creature is casting a spell a 3rd level or lower, its spell fails and has no effect. If it's casting a spell of 4th level or higher, it makes an ability check using your spell casting ability.
Okay, so I would have to roll for it. And it's not a... What if it is a cleric-based spell?
The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level.
shouldn't
on
matter, it should just be a spell.
It doesn't
Alright.
say anything about that I would know of.
Okay. All right. He goes underground.
All right.
So
After all that.
they disappear.
I almost died because of that.
So she's through. What is the state of the people behind us? As I see that, I'm like, fuck! I immediately drop the wall of water. It's a concentration spell.
When the 3 other robe figures see this happen, they one of them yells, "Victory for Balatosh!" and they run back into the forest. They begin to flee again.
Okay.
Opportunity attacks.
Do we get opportunity attacks?
You would get one opportunity attack because there was one next to you.
Yeah.
And you were on your
fuck 'em
feet.
up.
Yeah,
You weren't on the ground
I got
anymore,
my
yeah.
two-handed axe.
Fuck
You can
'em
take a
up.
swing.
Yeah, let me take a swing at this John real quick, man.
The rest of you can make a ranged attacks opportunities.
We here, bro. We here. 19.
That's a hit.
That's a hit.
What's the damage?
The damage? Oh, hold on. Let me get to that. 4, and I get the bonus 7.
7.
Yep.
Okay. You deliver a mighty chop to his midsection, and he falls to the ground and stops moving.
Wow.
Yep.
I killed him.
There you go. You did.
I got one. 2. Well,
The other 2 are fleeing.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm distraught. I sense the magic fading away from those people, and I'm just keeled on the ground. Like,
What happens
we are
to your
so-
water
That's what I
ball?
thought.
I broke concentration, so it just dissipates.
Oh, okay.
It's just gone.
Would it have dissipated after she and
Yeah,
the
they
bag-
probably
yeah.
wouldn't. They maybe
Okay.
could have loosely seen it through the wall, but they wouldn't have.
So the wall comes down, and you see Gus just collapse to his knees, just like looking distraught, and you notice a disturbed pile of earth in the middle of the trail that
wait.
had broken through the snow.
So the counter spell probably would have broken the concentration.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose that would have too.
So they would have maybe briefly seen. You'd have seen the very end of it.
Down.
Maybe, yeah.
Into the
You
ground.
would have seen something. Maybe you weren't quite sure what it was, but you do notice immediately that Tekka is not there.
What the hell happened?
Dude, I don't know. A guy came up from the ground. I tried to stop him. He grabbed her and just went back into the ground. They're gone.
Man.
The mole people?
Man, he was wearing like black robes, had like a white bald head. I'd never seen him before. He was scary.
Anybody have a
Dwarf.
healing
Heal
spell?
him.
Yeah.
Holy, what happened to you, dude?
You guys left. That's what happened.
Jeez, you need a babysitter? God.
Here, I'll
I don't fight.
Obviously.
I'll help you. I'm gonna cast.
Should have brought my security.
I'm gonna cast. What should I do? Cure wounds on him at the 2nd level, so it's 2d8 plus 4 to heal.
I want the sword.
The sword?
Thoras wants.
You're healed for
obsidian
19.
sword.
I'm healed for 19.
19?
All right.
Wow.
That's a nice heal. Yeah.
Rolled an
so
8 and a
you're
7.
So the sword is still there.
Thoras wants it.
You're gonna grab the sword?
I will grab the sword and I will make it mine.
All right. As you grab the sword, roll a will save.
Is this like
Now-
with the amulet before?
Dude.
If I'm still raged,
Yeah.
does that have an effect on me?
It probably doesn't do great things for your will save, I would imagine.
Well, I'm immune to charmed effects and
Are we about
Frightened.
to have to kill?
Oh,
Thoras?
okay.
while raging.
How long does it last?
Rage is basically if there was combat, basically when combat ends. So it's up to your discretion, obviously.
Well, combat has ended.
Okay. Well, I'm rolling.
So
it
your
now.
rage has subsided.
What is my will save?
Right.
My wisdom is it a wisdom saving roll?
Yeah. It's or a will save, I guess it'd be, which is based on wisdom
Fuck
anyway.
is will save?
Yeah, I guess it's just wisdom save now. Yeah, because they did away with con reflex and will saves in 5th edition, I believe.
Oh, 15.
15. Okay, so you pick up the blade, and it feels there's a certain wrongness to it that is a bit off-putting. But aside from that, you don't really notice any ill effects.
I'm gonna whisper to the blade. It's okay. I am also wrong in some ways.
You hear a voice inside your head that says, "Come into the forest."
No.
All right, you don't hear anything else.
What is he talking about?
Who are you talking to, Thoras?
Sword.
What? I'm not even going to ask.
Dude,
why.
what are we gonna do about the girl that just got sucked up by the ground?
We hunt.
We hunt what? What direction do we go?
Follow me. I know
Okay.
where to go.
I'm guessing it's the voices in your head.
No.
How do you know where to go?
Well, process of elimination.
It's starting to get dark, by the way, too. With all the sledge starting and stopping for various reasons.
I have a lantern.
Okay, you light lanterns. It is starting to get dark. That you probably need a little bit of light anyway.
Yeah.
So
So-
I turn around, I scan the area, and we can see the cave we were headed to, yes?
You can, yeah. It is towards the ash wall. You can actually see at this point where the ash hits the ground, like where it reaches the ground. The cave is, a fair bit in front of that. It's you've basically crested over a rise, and there's a bit of a plateau there, so you can see both stretching to the distance.
Dude, that mayor's gonna kill us if we don't come back with his daughter.
He's gonna have our cheeks.
Dude.
Let's take the sled into the cave, and then we shall go find the girl.
No.
You were expected back in town tomorrow, essentially.
We should probably go now.
We do not go to cave.
Why?
Pointless.
Why? Get rid of the sled. You want to leave the sled out here?
Yes. Hunting to be done.
You don't know where we're going.
Come.
You're going to randomly wander into the Ashlands.
I'm going to start jogging in the direction of where the dude was walking towards. Presumably he's walking towards the ash wall.
He was heading in that direction.
I'm going to go there, and as I'm looking around, I'm going to start to look for tracks in the ash, which is a survival or perception roll.
Sure.
Well,
In like kind of the snow, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I guess we need to follow him.
Because
Big
obviously
brute.
his tracks stop where you cut him in two.
But just essentially the robed figures would have had to have come from somewhere.
Oh, sure, yeah.
is
And they
my
ran,
line of
right? They
thinking.
ran off.
Yeah. You can clearly see like tracks just heading off into the forest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a fucking roll, boys. Holy moly. That's a 22.
22? Okay. You you follow the tracks for a short time. Are you following the tracks or are you
I'm
just
on the lookout, jogging, looking for tracks, every now and then turning around and screaming at these lot to keep up.
All right. As you walk along, you see the tracks quite clearly. They're pretty easy to follow. And you get to a point where the tracks end. And in front of one set of tracks is a pile of disturbed earth. And in front of the other set of tracks is another pile of disturbed earth, but this one has a leg sticking out of it.
I pull the leg.
You are holding a severed leg. It's cold.
I toss the leg.
Okay.
What did you find, Thoras?
Leg.
Leg? Whose
Yes.
leg?
I don't know. Man, beast.
Man skin?
Man, not man skin. I kill man skin.
Man beast.
Man skin dead.
I'm going to dig around in the disturbed earth a little bit.
All right.
I've caught up to them. Like, what?
You know magic.
You
Yeah.
roll perception.
Perception.
Yeah. Roll a perception check.
Let me go.
Yeah, I'm looking around in the earth to see if there's a tunnel or what's
Perception.
how deep it goes.
You dig down in it a little bit, and it just seems like dirt.
Right.
It just seems like it's been moved recently, like dirt that had been just plowed or something. But there's no hole or cave or tunnel or anything.
11.
11? Okay. So you notice off in the distance, it seems like there's a light flickering in the cave.
Guys, what is that? Way off in the cave. You see it?
A light.
Yes.
Yo, weren't we taking this to somebody?
We
Yeah,
were.
we have this whole sledge we have to take over there.
That's
we
what
might
I'm
as well head
saying.
in that direction.
Girl
should-
is not here.
Go.
Girl's not here, but there's definitely a light flickering right there in that cave, and I don't know what about
They
you.
knew
guys.
we were gonna be here, guys. Somebody understood that this was a thing that was happening. Maybe the guy that was supposed to be on the other end would like have an idea. I don't know. I'm just fucking lost because the ground just ate people.
Is sword magic?
Yeah,
Yes.
totally. Not my type of magic. I don't deal with that.
What is it?
The magic sword, dude. I take the sword from him.
Bren, you whisper. Well, right before you hand it to him, you hear a whisper, "Take his life."
No.
And you roll a will save.
Okay, which is D20.
Yep, plus whatever your will save is. Or not will save, your wisdom save. I'm stuck in 3.5, guys.
So just like wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
10.
10?
Uh-huh.
Okay. You feel a very strong presence suddenly in your mind that you hear a voice very clearly that says, "Come to the crystal forest and you will be reborn. Come to the Ashlands."
Okay, I just drop it like, fuck, the sword talks.
Oh, my
As
sword!
soon as you let it go, the influence and the voice leaves you. But for a moment, you really wanted to start walking towards the ash wall.
Thoras picks up sword.
All right, roll a will save.
It's going to happen every time.
12.
12? All right. You hear a whisper that says, "The ash feels clean against the skin."
Okay.
I'm like, dude, don't pick up. No, stop.
No.
Did you just hear something? Did you
Yes.
just hear something? Yeah, me too. It's the sword. It's telling you bad ideas. Put it down.
No.
You're stronger than the sword. You don't need the
Listen,
sword.
You're right.
Yeah, dude,
I
screw
will
the sword.
beat the sword.
You don't need the sword.
I will beat it.
Beat it. Destroy it if
mind
you want.
is
I don't care. I'm going to the cave. I'm gonna find. There's a light over. I think there might be a person.
Yeah,
I'm going that
I feel
way.
like that's somebody SOS.
You should
signaling
come.
us.
Leave the sword.
My mind is like rock, strong and hard and thick.
Yeah.
Can I use
I'm
my
going to the
persuasion
cave
to
as
get
well.
him to
It
go to the
cannot.
cave with us.
Tempt me.
You can try. Yeah.
We can try what?
Use my
wants to
persuasion to
persuade-
get
Alright.
Thoras to go with us to the
He's
cave.
trying to persuade you to go to the cave.
I come to cave.
Come to cave.
You're very persuasive.
His mind
Well
is
done.
like rock.
My mind is like pebble.
All right. So you walk towards the cave. Now, do you bring the sledge with
Yes,
you, or do you leave
sledge
it?
is with us.
You're pulling it. Okay.
Yes.
Who's
So,
pulling
so there's an object on the sled. Yes.
The sledge has a seat in the front, kind of like a flat seat that a couple people can sit on pretty comfortably. And then the back is piled high with the bones of what are called esk, which are kind of a yak type creature that lives in herds near the city that they use for fur and for meat and basically like for pretty much everything. Like they use the fat for oil and stuff. It's an animal that's farmed essentially. But they keep the bones every year and pile it into the sledge and then use it as the bone pact to deliver to Amru. So
Thoras, grab the sledge. Bring it to the cave.
Why?
I bet you can't do it.
I bet you're too weak.
I bet I can. Get on, sled.
If I beat you, I'm gonna beat you there.
I rolled a 14
Of what
14?
strength?
to pull sledge.
Let's go.
all right, you're definitely tired after the day's exertions.
No,
and
I am
you start to
willed
slowly
on by
pull
their
the
petty
sledge,
comments.
trudging along down the path towards where the cave is off to the side a little bit, just off the path.
Don't need the freaking bones. Bones don't matter at this point. We're even freaking yak's bones. I walk in through the front of the cave and I scan what's in there. I'm looking towards that light.
So you would know too, as far as the bones go, that like the bone pact is considered pretty important because the townspeople believe that this is what's needed to keep Amru defending the
Yeah, my
the
parents
city.
believe
Yeah.
fire's important or something. I don't get it. It's not. People believe
You're
all
not
sorts of
originally
things.
from there, so you don't necessarily
I don't-
need to believe
Look,
that.
the
But
bottom
you know
line
it's
is
important to the people that live there.
we had a
Important to
mission.
them. The daughter's important to them as well, dude. We got to figure it out. I walk in the cave. I'm trusting he's gonna bring the bones. and
So
I'm looking.
All right, so you're walking into the cave.
Yes.
Okay, so as you walk into the cave, you see a campfire kind of burning in the center. You smell the scent of some meat cooking, and you see a robed figure sitting near the fire, warming his hands. And he looks up when you come in, and you notice it looks like an elf that has very gray skin, white wispy hair, clearly very aged. And he says, "Hello, traveler.
Do
What
I
brings
sense any
you so
magical
far
essence?
into the forest?"
Do I sense any magical essence? Do I detect him to be a magic wielder at all? As a magic wielder myself?
Is detect magic a cantrip?
No, I'm not casting detect magic.
Are
It's a-
you do you still have magic slots?
So that's a first level spell, and I do have I've casted
Okay,
only third.
sure.
I have no third level slots left.
You do detect a dim amount of magic about him, which
Okay.
which is not too surprising given that he's an elf and everything like
Yeah.
that. But you don't really see anything that would surprise you per se.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yep. And he says, "What brings you to the cave?"
Are you Amaru?
You evil?
He kind of chuckles.
How did you
He
get
goes,
here so fast? My gosh, you're
Just
strong.
just an old elf getting out of the elements.
If you evil, I cut you.
He's not evil, dude. He's got food.
He
might even
smiles
feed
at you and goes, "You look like a strong one. Sit, have some food. Have you been battling?"
Yes, I killed many.
Indeed.
The hunt was good.
These woods can be dangerous
Wait,
from
hold
time
up.
to time.
Hold up. How many did you kill? Could you give me the number
20.
One.
today? You killed one.
Thoras, you killed
dude.
one person.
Yeah.
Let him. Yeah, he killed 20. He's amazing. Just let him have it.
I
killed 20.
Yeah, you did.
I just want to say that I killed one, and I made one walk away. So technically, I killed two.
Are you Amaru?
Just an old elf getting in from the cold.
What are you doing in this cave?
Where's
Well,
Amaru?
I've been wandering the north for quite some time, just exploring. My people have essentially been wandering since the Great Cataclysm. Of
You-
course,
You
I
encounter
wasn't there. But
any black hooded deer magic people?
he said, "Yes, the cultists, dangerous folk they are. I avoid them at all costs."
Where are they? I kill them.
You saw some?
Yes,
Yeah.
I killed many. I killed 20.
When?
Just
Now.
now.
He gets up and quickly walks to the mouth of the cave and looks around, and he sees the sledge and he goes, "Oh, the Bone Pact. Are you here to deliver the gift to Amru?"
I am now here to kill.
Where's Amru at?
Yes.
We were.
He says, Amru hasn't been seen in generations, and even then he was only a rumor.
So-
Suspicion, I say, and he kind of chuckles a little bit.
So what are we doing here with these bones?
Dude, it's just
He
it
kind
just
of-
makes the people
he kind
happy.
of grins and shrugs.
Do you want the bones?
He looks at you and he says, "I'll be moving on soon. Leave
Where are
them
all
if
the
you
other
want."
bones at? Did they deliver them to this cave? So where do we put these?
I've only come recently to this land, so I can't explain.
Can you let's
To kill!
let's go back to the cultist people. Have you met one that's white, bald headed?
He looks, his eyes widen slightly at the mention of that, and he goes, "The cult of Balatash, the god of death and decay,
That-
one of the ash cults.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Certainly
it's-
one of the worst. I've heard that their temple is just inside the ash this direction. Of course, I've never seen it myself, but they say that the temple lies at the center of a crystal forest.
Is it easy to get there? Can we just walk up?
I go,
Anyone can walk
I-
through the ash, but few walk out again.
I go sit down by the fire and may I and take a sliver of the meat off and just kind of start
He
to chew
just
it.
he
and,
just gestures. He says, "Please."
I'm just massaging my head and just trying to chill out for a second. Dude, this has been crazy.
It's dark already. If we go into the Ashlands, it will be hard for us to find our way.
We rest now.
He says, "Why would you ever go in there?"
We hunt. I kill.
They took a girl,
We lost
girl?
We lost
Yeah.
a young girl.
Young girl?
Yes.
big bald
He
dude
goes,
came up from the ground, grabbed her.
The Bone Pact, of course. She was the ceremonial gift giver.
Yeah.
Yes. And then she became the gift. We want to get that
Yeah.
back real quick.
There was this dude that fucks, and he got killed, and then this dude that mega fucks shows up, and holy fuck balls, he was tough.
I mean, yeah, he was tough because he hit me, and it hurt.
That you didn't even see him, dude. You were laying on the ground like a
Wait.
bloody pig.
There was another one.
Yeah,
What?
you'll get. Oh, don't worry. When you see him, you're gonna. Oh, you're gonna love
I
it.
need a test.
We gotta sleep first. Though,
The other
dude. Oh my
man
gosh.
was not test.
He just silently nods at all this, and
missed
he
that one.
finally sits down, looks around, and he says, "Well, if you're to enter the crystal forest, then you must be careful. The trees there were changed long ago. Their branches are not natural anymore. Sharp, they'll cut anything that touches them. And the ground is littered with shards of the trees that have fallen. So beware. Even the very ground itself will injure you if you're not safe."
They can try. I am agile, like a
Agile like a rock.
He says, "Well, I suggest you start out in the morning. I will share what I have, even though it is not much.
Can
but
you guide us?
guide you?"
Yeah.
He chuckles and shakes his head as like, "I'm not going anywhere near the ash wall."
What
No
other
amount of
wisdom
gold.
do you have? What?
Some say I am a fool.
No. Not me.
Thoras knows fool.
I know fool.
He's
When I see fool, you look
Like
old.
Like the Fool's War.
I am old. Very old.
Were you around for the Fool's War?
He says, "The Fool's War. No one who is participating in that conflict should be around anymore.
Oh, man, you
It
must.
was 1,000 years ago."
You're an elf, dude. I don't fucking know.
He says, "We live long, but not that long."
Oh, okay. Learn
Spar
something new
with
every
me.
day.
Spar with me.
Thoras.
I'll pass.
We will fight.
He's an old
feeding you.
man.
Yes, the
Guys,
old
it
and
sounds like
strong.
we need to make our way to the Ashland if we want to find Tech.
My thing is, we're beat up. We need to sleep. But also, what are they gonna do with the girl? How long do we have? I don't know. I can't stop freaking out. My anxiety, man.
At the very least, we can bring her body
"Peace, my friend. Again, rest, set out in the morning. Hopefully, it will find the girl alive. At any rate, I suspect it will be the last I see you."
Dwarf, keep watch.
Don't we have to have her back in the morning?
We'll get her in the morning. We'll head back into town. It'll be fine. We can do this. I believe this. I believe in us. We got this.
Old elf, do you mind keeping an eye out while we sleep for a while? You look like you were about to spend the night just.
Yes,
sat
I'll stay
there.
awake a while longer.
I'm also gonna curl up.
He walks to the mouth of the cave and
I'm not even
strokes
watching
his
you
chin,
asleep.
seemingly pondering as he stares out into the night air.
Can we take a long rest?
Kill him.
You are already asleep.
I know.
You are asleep. I'm not killing him.
This is what you're dreaming right now. It's
Kill him.
all right. So, are you gonna take a rest then?
Yeah.
Rest
Yeah, I'm
first.
gonna sleep.
We're all gonna
Okay.
rest.
All right. So, the night passes. You awaken feeling refreshed. We'll count it a long rest. So you get all your spell slots and all that stuff back. When you wake up, the fire is burned down to embers, and the elf is nowhere to be seen.
If you click at the top left on your name, then it says long rest.
Yeah, that'll just reset everything for you.
Yeah.
Now.
Did anyone see the elf leave?
No.
No.
We all slept.
Yeah,
no
dude.
one kept watch.
I slept. I rested for a really long time, dude.
I needed it.
You are foolish.
You hear the
So are you.
Big fool.
you hear the sound of birds outside in the trees. Typical morning sounds in the forest. There's been a little bit of snow during the night. The sledge, the bones in the back are covered by a light dusting.
I'm gonna start limbering up.
Your muscles feel stiff in the really cold morning air.
No, I'm resistant to cold.
Your muscles feel stiff from all the killing yesterday.
I stand up, I stretch. Little sparks of flame come from my hands. Like, old habits die hard. Walk out, go like just grab the sledge, just pull it into the cave. Like, fuck, that's done. All right. Now we're gonna find this girl, right?
Yes, we should go into the Ashlands. He said it was
yes.
not far.
Yes,
You mustn't run off though, Thoras.
I will kill him.
But
Man
slowly,
challenges me.
slowly, Thoras. We need to find our way.
I am challenged.
You are challenged.
I hurt him.
You are very challenged.
Let us go.
All right.
Let's go.
You ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's head out.
Can you
Yeah.
track him, Thoras?
Yes, I can track anything.
I think I'm just gonna
What are we tracking?
play the
Beans.
back this time.
The guy melted into the ground.
Pygmy worm.
Pygmy worm. The snack that they serve down at the taverns.
You are small like pygmy worm.
I am so small, dude. That's nothing to do with what we're talking about. We gotta find the girl, man.
How did such a small creature
Why am I
survive?
talking to him? All right.
Beats me.
He said it was just that way, and I point in the same direction that the elf pointed. And I said we should walk that way.
You can see the swirling wall of ash roughly
Yeah.
about a half mile away. It's pretty close. It stretches from the ground all the way up as high as you can possibly see.
It was Brandlebeard's one rule as a fucking pirate. We didn't kill little girls, man. These dudes can't. I'm not cool with this. We gotta go. I barely. Yeah, let's just go. I start
Calm
walking
down,
that
man.
direction.
Calm down. We'll get
I am
it.
going to
We got
track
this,
as
bro.
we go, looking for any fresh tracks in the snow that's been laid down.
You notice like the average animal track. You can identify a couple different ones as you walk along, but nothing out of the ordinary.
Dinner.
Are you gonna actually track them?
I will. I have a spear.
Be careful where you step, though.
Thoras, where are you going?
You see Thoris veering off the path.
Yeah,
after some
Thoris, where
small
are you
animal
going?
tracks.
Dinner.
Dinner, you.
Hunt.
No, come into the Ashlands. We have a little girl to rescue.
You notice a chubby bird. It's winter fat. Looks delicious. Up in a branch in a nearby tree. Singing a merry song.
I chuck my spear at it.
Okay. Roll an attack.
Your spear at a little fluffy
I
bird.
chuck my spear at it.
Singing merrily as the bright rays of the new day filter through the trees.
Jesus Christ.
18.
The bird explodes in a small puff of feathers and viscera, and the spear falls to the ground on the other side of the branch. The bird halfway down the shaft.
Poor bird.
I pick up my spear and leave the bird on it for later.
Thoras, come on.
Yes, I come.
That's throwing your weapons away, you
I'm
fool.
going to start jogging ahead of the pack. again, tracking for any
The bird songs have stopped, by the way.
tracking for any bent twigs, footprints, any signs that somebody had been passing through the forest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, you notice, animal tracks, but nothing out
Yeah,
of the
any
ordinary.
people tracks.
Yeah.
Seems like an average walk through the forest, although you are growing closer and closer to the ash wall, a place that all of you have learned since you were very young is a place that only death and madness has for anyone who goes through it. But you've also heard of the great riches and danger and adventure on the other side, too.
Thoras once hunted here.
You've gone in before? What'd you
Yes.
find?
Hunting great spirit beasts.
Did you get any? Did
No.
you? No.
I think Thoras sometimes exaggerates the truth.
He
I don't
said
know if
no.
Thoras has been to the
Thoras
ash
never
before.
lies.
20 people you killed yesterday.
Thoras never lies.
Thoras.
I will
I don't know,
kill
man.
you.
I feel like if he was lying, he would have said
Certainly.
he killed 37 spirit beasts. He said he didn't kill any. I kind of almost.
I did not kill a spirit beast. Very hard to track.
Come on, Thoras.
There's no track.
Guys, I think we should keep in mind that 0% of the people who've gone in here have come out.
Not 0%. It's just
No,
unlikely.
but that's what we believe, right?
It's a
That's
very
what we
dangerous place.
believe.
No, I
Oh,
once
sure.
came back.
Dude.
Well, you also know that within the village itself, it's more or less forbidden to. It's not forbidden like a religious sense or anything like that, but it's just basically they don't want anyone going to the Ashlands because they just don't want to deal with whatever's in there.
I am incredibly skilled in stealth.
But if you stand as still as you possibly can, I won't be able to see you. All right, he's gonna stay there now. We're walking in. Do we want to do anything? I can disguise myself. I could make myself look like one of those fuckos. From
Can you make us
yesterday.
all? Or
So
just
you're walking
me.
into the
Well,
you're
maybe that's
walking
the-
into the ash wall.
Yeah.
No, we're standing outside the asphalt,
Standing
just
just on the
deliberating.
You walk up to the edge of it and it swirls right in front of you. For it looks like any ash would dissipate or flow outwards or be affected by the wind, but this doesn't seem to be. It just stays more or less in a just vertical wall.
It's like another dimension.
What if I made myself look like one of the dudes from yesterday, and then you guys were all like my prisoners?
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yes.
Yeah, we can make that work like that. That'd be cool. Like maybe we'll get a chance if we run into one.
So
Well-
smart.
We also gotta watch out for the crystal shards all over the ground. They all said something about that. That seems crazy.
Yeah. Do we still have that sword? Or
Yes.
No, what did you do with it?
I have it.
Why do you still have it? I told you to leave it alone.
Roll a will
Mine is
save.
strong.
Roll a will save, Bran.
3.
You suddenly feel very compelled to go through the ash, and you hear a voice, a sonorous voice in your head that says, "Yes, come through the ash and be reborn."
Follow me. Sword lead the way.
No.
Let us go.
I cast
I
a cantrip mage hand on the sword to
Okay.
grab the sword and try and like push it out of his hand.
Now, the strength of Mage Hand is only equal to about
It's
1
weak.
pound.
It said
So,
10 pounds, but yeah, still.
10
It's like it still
pounds?
is not much.
Roll a strength check. It's not going to be a tough strength check, but I'll make you roll it.
I fuck you.
What?
24.
Yeah. Yeah, the sword
shatters.
barely moves as you try it. Yeah.
I can't.
why did I mention the sword? I'm sorry.
We could just all do it ourselves. I'll do the disguise thing. We go with him, and whatever happens to him is just what happens to him.
All right, cool. I'm
we
your
need
prisoner.
to follow him anyway.
All right.
All right. I cast disguise self to appear as one of the followers from yesterday, the 4 that were on the side.
Okay.
It'll last for about an hour.
All right, sure. And are either the other of you doing anything?
Yes, I'm going to cast Pass Without Trace.
I forgot you had that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it gives plus 10 bonuses to all stealth checks.
Ooh,
It's
okay.
it's a,
Nice.
a veil of shadows and silence radiates from you,
All right.
masking you and your companions, as long as they stay within 30 feet.
Good.
Sir Richard Lovegood, do you have any
I'm
pre-Ashwall
just-
plans?
No, my plan is to walk behind everybody.
Okay.
Like this.
All right.
Holy dude, we gotta talk
needed.
spells later. This is dope. I'm gonna keep looking like the dude just in case that drop spell. Like we're good now.
Amazing.
All right. What skull do you choose for the mask?
It's like a kind of like a deer's skull.
Okay.
And then with like not huge antlers, like 3 prongs, kind of on one side, and then this side's like kind of goes up and it's kind of cracked a little bit.
Okay. Cool. Authentic. All right. So you.
I am going to keep an eye out for my thought process is
Yeah.
in my time of the wilds, animals have routes that they will go through that they know are safe.
Sure.
And the cultists are like weaker animals because I killed many of them.
Okay.
So they probably follow the same logic, and I will search for the path of safety that they may trek through
Okay.
to avoid the dangers of the forest, like the old man said.
All right.
I
You
am
do
looking
have
for
a
that.
strong urge to walk into the Ashlands and seek out the temple that the sword was telling you about. Too.
Yes, yes. Me and the sword have similar goals.
Okay. Well, I think the sword has a goal.
It has
But
no control.
I don't know if it's
over
your
me.
goal, but
No
it's-
control over my mind.
Okay.
I am like a
Clearly. Yeah.
pile of marbles in my brain.
All right. I believe you.
Yeah.
Out of character, I believe you. But anyway, you all pass into the ash wall. And as you start to walk through, visions start to assail your mind. You see black crystals sprouting everywhere, but there's a certain like decay and like pitted texture to the crystals. They look like they're, kind of falling apart entropy wise for some reason. But you are walking ahead of a crystal path with the blade held high. You see the amulet, you're a cleric, right?
Yes.
You see the amulet of your deity sitting on the edge of a grave, and all sorts of decrepit hands are crawling up the side of the stone to grasp at it. You hear the clink of chains, and you see the smoke clear, and you see yourself dangling high above a pool of lava, held by chains that are burning and sort of scraping into your flesh.
This is why I fucking hate fire.
And you see a sea of people, and they all at the same time turn their backs to you.
Oh
And
my
you
God.
feel
I've
a
become Kanye.
sense of rejection,
I'm Kanye now. No.
but you have very comfortable shoes. And as these, and you also hear this like sound that sounds like the worst discordant music ever to be, played, and it seems like it's coming from the instrument you're holding in your hands, but that can't be right. You're a better musician than this.
I don't play that bad.
And
Mix that.
As all of these various visions start to reach a point where your mind begins to fracture, you take another step and you hear the sort of tinkle of crystal underneath your feet, and you emerge from the other side of the ash wall, and you find yourselves in sort of a misty forest, but it's kind of like a red forest. And you notice that the light is reflecting off the multitude of facets from what look to be trees made entirely of dark crystal. And the ground is littered with shards of this. There's a few trees tipped over here and there. And you hear sort of like what sounds like, kind of like crystal chimes, sort of, as the branches brush into each other, pieces break off and hit other branches as they fall. It seems to stretch off into the mist in front of you.
Oh, the ash. I saw many things.
Yes, yes. You get used to it.
Get you.
Yes.
Do you want to drop the sword, maybe?
No.
Roll a will save.
1.
A crit fail.
Well, all right.
Thoras, I bet you can't drop the sword.
Huh.
I cannot drop the sword.
What? Is it stronger than you?
I think it's controlling
You
them
hear
now.
a voice that blocks out all other noise. You don't hear them. You can see their lips moving, but you don't hear them anymore. And you just hear a voice that says, "Come to me and be reborn."
Where are you?
And you feel this urge to like sprint off towards the in the forest, the direction you've already been going.
Where are you?
You don't hear anything else.
Where are
You hear
you?
sort of a rushing in your ears and that compulsion to run that way.
I'm just going to charge.
All right. So you guys see this happening. It looks like he's hearing another voice that is not any of your voices. He suddenly turns towards the deeper area of the forest, lets out another roar of something.
We have to get the sword away from him. I swear, I heard voices.
He starts sprinting.
I don't think.
he's
think
gone.
He's hearing them like crazy. Do we chase him?
I don't know.
He's our muscle.
We've got to follow him.
We gotta go. Let's go.
Okay, we're following him.
You sprint faster than we do, though, right?
Shit.
Yes, I move way faster. 10
All
feet
right.
faster than everyone
Roll.
else.
I guess strength would be what you would roll for like running, probably.
Athletics.
Yeah, athletics. Yeah, everybody roll athletics except for you.
I'm
You,
so
you don't
slow.
need to roll one.
20, dude.
You didn't even need to roll one. You're already fast.
20, dude. I am sprinting.
Like Sonic the Hedgehog in there.
Oh, shit.
I rolled a 5.
Gotta go fast.
19 for me.
All right, solid. Gus,
tripped
what'd
on
you roll again?
I rolled a 5.
Oh boy.
I rolled a 7.
A 7.
All right. So Thoras just takes off like a big blobby bolt of lightning, and he goes
I'm
off in the mist.
slim.
You chase after him, and although he's clearly faster, you're keeping up pretty well. You're not losing sight of him anyway.
Okay. So I'm not close enough to just like put my hand on the dagger.
Not quite. Not quite.
Okay.
Maybe you can catch up, but not quite.
Okay.
You two, meanwhile, try to run ahead, but you kind of like stumble a little bit on some of the larger shards of crystal, and there's still like snow and cold and everything. So you're having a real hard time keeping up. Roll another athletics check.
Okay, cool.
And you roll another athletics check too.
I just rolled a 20.
Yeah.
That should be Usain Bolt in this.
It gave you a good head start.
Athletics, 10.
10.
17.
17. All right. You draw a little bit closer, but as you reach out to try to just grab onto something, he pulls ahead and runs off into the mist. In a straight direction, though. It looks like a pretty straight direction.
Yeah.
Either way. And he's breathing very hard and kind of grunting and murmuring as he goes.
Yeah, Thoris will kill you. Thoris will make you bend to me, sword.
I'm just going to keep running. Just keep
Yeah, I'm
running
just chasing
after him.
him.
All right. So, I did not plan on this.
I'm trying to. Can I? I'm like, oh fuck! And I cast. Can I get it close?
What's that voice sound
How far
like?
away is he?
He's almost out of view. You can see a shape in the mist
wait,
ahead of
okay.
you, but he's nearly out of sight.
So no, okay, but I just stopped and I cast a cantrip thunderclap, can be heard 100 feet away, as loud as I possibly can, just to try and see if I can make any noise that would shake
Can
him
you
out of
center it from a certain location, or does it just come out from you?
it. You create a burst of thunderous sound that can be heard up to 100 feet away. Each creature within range of them you must succeed a Constitution saving throw. I can also cast Sculpt spell to protect them. I'm happy with it hitting him.
Wait,
and
I
it just
got an
I think
idea.
it emanates from me.
So you would cast a spell to protect them first, and then you would do the other one?
So sculpting spell is like a trait
Wait, don't use your slide.
Oh.
of how
okay.
I have an idea. What did he sound like?
What?
The voice in your head when you touched it. What did it sound like?
It sounded kind of like David Bowie. That I don't know. He's a guy from my dreams. He sounds like nice, soothing male voice.
Come to the forest.
Yeah, come
You
to
will
the
be
forest,
reborn.
You will
All right.
be reborn.
Wait, how far away is he?
That's my David Bowie.
How far away is he at this point?
He's you can see him. He's
I can see
pulling
him.
ahead of you, but you've
Is
still
he
got
30?
a pretty
Is
good
he
view.
more than 30 feet away
Yeah,
from
but
me?
you guys are apart from each other, so you can
Oh, that's
still
right.
do
You're
what
so
you were
far
saying
ahead.
because you actually weren't next to each other.
We can't,
All right.
we can't say
Right. So we'll do your thing 1st So go ahead and
Okay.
do that.
that. Okay.
What is So I guess the rest of you have to roll a Constitution save.
No, they have
Yeah.
to. They're fine.
Yeah.
He has
Wait,
to
how
cast
far?
a
I'm
Constitution
Oh,
save.
okay.
miles away, aren't I?
It's 100 feet.
I'll
So
allow
it's
that.
100
That's
feet.
fine.
The range of it?
Yeah.
How
It's
far
a
away am I?
thunderclap. Well, so the range.
Oh,
is,
you're near the edge of the range,
actually okay.
but you're still
I
within
take that back.
range.
I take it back. I think the
Okay.
Constitution saving throw is just within the range of the spell, which is 5 feet. They can be heard up to 100.
Oh.
So it's like you
okay.
hear a thunderclap.
Oh yeah, so
a
you're not
loud
going to hit
thunderclap.
anybody. Really.
So I'm not going to hit anybody. Yeah.
All right.
No
Cool.
rules.
So all right. So you hear like a crack of thunder, essentially, a big sharp noise that breaks your mind out of the throes of the sword for a moment. Roll a will save with advantage.
9.
So you still feel a strong compulsion, but something in that tiny peanut-sized brain of yours is starting to fight back, and you do start to slow down a little bit and start to question exactly what you're doing. Yeah. Meanwhile, you see him start to slow down.
Where
a
is
little bit.
rock? I'm looking for a boulder.
You hear a voice that sounds quieter than it did before, but still firm, that says, "Come, the temple awaits."
Where is the boulder?
Okay.
Looking for a boulder.
A boulder?
Yes.
You don't see any boulders around, but
Any rocks?
when you use your spell, you hear the sound of shattering, and suddenly shards of crystal start to rain down from above onto where you are. Everybody roll a dexterity save.
Amazing. Oh, for crying out loud. A 4.
So on dexterity, is it the +1 or is it the 13?
It would be your dex save would be your modifiers. That'd be the
I
plus,
see.
yeah.
Oh, it's 10.
10.
Oh, Dex. Okay, I modified.
Roll a 10.
10?
I rolled a 7.
A 4.
4. Wow. Okay.
Oh wait, no, I got the bonus.
Very
So
round.
that's 10. 10.
Okay. The trees do seem brittle, and all of you are struck by debris as it falls and cuts through. You take 8 damage. You take 1. Just a tiny chip hits you. 5 for you. And you take 7.
This is
Yep.
barely a
Remember,
flesh
you're back
wound.
up to full HP, though,
Yeah,
after the
'cause
long
we
rest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Still though, ouch.
Yeah. Yep.
We haven't even fought yet. Ow.
All right.
Dude.
So as the trees keep kind of dispensing pieces of their crystal branches, you realize that the forest is certainly nothing to be trifled with.
Dude.
Some larger chunks fall nearby that you could see could easily skewer someone.
Looking for a nearby hard object. That is my sole goal in life right now.
Okay.
Is to find something as hard as me.
Uh,
In my mind, I am the hardest object in the world. I'm looking for just something similar.
Can you describe how hard you are right now?
So incredibly hard. Like, just rock solid.
Wow.
I'm looking for rocks.
Can't you make your skin?
Mostly the hardest object around looks like the crystal trees. You do notice a couple stones poking up from the snow here and there, but no sort of like big boulders or anything. It's fairly flat.
What does the stone look like?
Yeah, like this big or so.
Is it got a pointed end?
Partially snow covered. Not really. It's more sort of like pitted and rough, but no real sharp edges or anything.
I'm gonna push it up so that it's.
Well, you could pick it up. It's about the size of like a what is this size? I don't know, like a very large pumpkin. I don't know, like a watermelon or
pick it
something.
up.
It's about like that big.
I'm gonna try and place it such that it's kind of pointing up,
Okay, sure.
and I'm gonna take the sword, flat side, and smash it on the rock.
All right. You do that, and it explodes into, and you hear this unearthly screech coming from the sword. And you guys all hear this too. It's like, "Rah!" And roll a dexterity save.
I'm agile like
As shards fly through the air.
a rabbit.
You were holding on to it at the time.
8.
8. You are skewered by several shards of the evil magic sword. Take 8 damage. And you feel another sort of weakness creep into your chest and your bones. Some of the shards are fairly deep. None of them are all the way inside. They're all sticking out to a certain extent. There's like 3 noticeable ones and other little splinters here and there.
I'm gonna walk to the cleric and start pulling the shards out of my body.
All right.
Jesus. Thoras, why did you run off like that?
You run away so much.
You see this sort of like crazy purple flash and hear this explosion, this scream, and then he comes back walking through the mist towards you with shards of obsidian blade.
What did
poking
you
out his
do?
chest.
Sword thought it was stronger than me.
We told you to get rid of the sword,
Okay.
Yes, I thought I could overpower it.
and you couldn't.
I broke him.
He overcame it. Now heal him. Oh my gosh. I'm just so
need
glad
to
it's
heal.
gone.
Let me get these pieces out of you. I'm gonna start picking the pieces out of
All right.
Thoras, and then I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on him as well.
Sure. There doesn't seem to be any like lasting sort of magical effects from the shards that you are removing anyway. Not anymore.
You're healed for 7 damage. Or 7 health, rather.
Isn't it a bonus for my con, or is that not the case?
No?
I
don't think so.
It's just whatever his spell says it is.
Where were you heading?
I don't know, that way.
What is that way?
Did it name a place?
It's, I don't know. It kept telling me,
It told you.
Thoras,
You remember which way you're.
you are so strong and so good at killing. Why don't you come and test your strength? And I just ran.
That's what it said.
Not helping us.
Okay.
It
okay.
spoke like that.
Yep.
Let's go the same direction, but like slower.
Okay.
Lead the way.
Okay. I'm gonna walk.
In the distance, you hear the sort of unearthly horn being sounded. Kind of this off in the distance. Yeah, something like that, you know? You hear it sounded a couple times. And then that's it.
Okay, I'm gonna disguise. I'm gonna what's the word? Not disguise. Conceal. I'm gonna conceal us again. Don't get too far away, Thoras.
Yes.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace again.
Okay.
It lasts for an hour, but my concentration broke when I had to heal you, you potato.
Yes. What?
I
Keep-
still, I
keep
still look like
walking.
a bad guy.
I am stealthy.
So, you stealthily, sort of, begin to make your way through the crystal forest again in the direction you were heading. The forest seems to grow a little bit more sparse. The trees seem to be a little bit fewer and farther between, and you start to notice sort of like this sickly grass kind of popping up from the ground. All around you, too, ash has been sort of falling constantly. Little bits of ash, not thickly falling, but just sort of like a dusting of snow, only it's got this pallid sort of gray color to it. As you walk, out of the mist in front of you starts to emerge this huge sort of monolithic structure. It looks like a spire of dark obsidian stretching up into the sky. At the top are 4 different sort of smaller towers coming out from it in sort of equidistant places around the main spire.
Something tells me she's probably in here somewhere.
I mean, it's definitely the best place to check.
Yeah.
It's the only place we found other than trees.
Now, let's not go in the front door, though.
Let's go in the front door.
Well, I mean, we have someone disguised who can probably walk through.
We
the
also,
front door.
they also can't. They are gonna have a hard time seeing us because we're like really stealthy.
Thoras, can you be trusted to not speak?
I can pretend very well.
Are you a very good
I
pretender?
am perfect. I can imitate anyone.
Can you imitate a prisoner?
Help me. I am a prisoner.
Perfect.
Can you
Try and-
imitate a weak person?
Impossible. You seen these muscles?
Only the strongest can imitate the weak.
I am feeble.
Wow,
Perfect.
That's some next level thinking right there. Yeah.
Perfect.
So-
perfect.
So as you see the spire, you don't notice there to be any guards in front of it or anything like that. You notice an opening on the side facing you. There doesn't even seem to be a door. There just seems to be sort of this black opening in the base of the tower that just sort of seems to lead inside.
Lead on, Gus.
All right. Remember, they can't really see us, but if they do see us, 'cause magic, I do the talking, okay?
Why not let Love Man talk?
Because I can't make him look like a guy that they would like.
Why
He's in
not?
disguise.
Because I look like a bad guy. You can't see it, but trust me. They think I'm on their side.
I'm a prisoner.
We're all pretending. We're playing this great game of pretend, and they're weak, so they're gonna fall for it. But only
we're
if you do
strong,
it right.
so
Only
we're
if you
good
keep
at
pretending
pretending to be weak.
Super cool. And there's gonna be beer afterwards. All you gotta do is just be kind of chill and like not talk the whole time.
Only the strongest can be
So
quiet in
chill.
this situation.
I am adapted to the cold.
All right, let's go. And we start to walk as a group, me in front of them all kind of walking with their hands behind their backs or over
Okay.
their heads. We walk in the front door.
Okay. As you pass through the threshold, you hear a voice and it seems to be directed mostly at you, but you can't really tell where it's coming from. But it says, "Name him."
Balderak.
Your body is racked with painful spasms as dark magic brings you to your knees. This is Balatosh, by the way. It's close by. This is why we take notes.
No, it's
when we're
also why.
players
It's
in D&D.
exactly what I would have said. I wouldn't have remembered.
I should have. I should have used Magic Mouth to say that.
The other three of you are not affected. Only him.
Do I take
and
damage?
You do take 3 damage, and you are restrained. Essentially, you seem to be held to the ground by some sort of magical force.
Okay.
And you start to hear sort of like what sounds like wind whistling through like a tunnel, and it sounds like it's coming closer.
Guys, none of the spells worked. Not a single one worked. They caught me. I don't remember what the guy's
How do
name
we get
was.
him out of these? What is that stuff?
I don't know. I just said. He said name him. I guess I got it wrong.
Balatosh.
Balatosh.
Wow.
Balatosh. I say it like
I
3
think it
times
might
in a
be
row.
too late.
Why don't you just stand up?
Because I'm tied down. Can you break this?
Yes.
Is there any visible restraint?
I can break.
There's no visible restraints. You're just kind of held to the ground right now, and it's sort of like a quasi kneeling position almost.
Oh my gosh! I told you not talking. No talking or no beer. Oh my gosh! What the fuck am I supposed to do?
The
Troll, do you have any
whistling
idea what's
sort
going
of like wind sound is getting louder.
There's really
Clearly
wind
getting
sound?
closer.
Pick me up and get us out of here. Back out the door. Back out the door. You can talk now. Just pick me up and get us out of here.
We fight.
No, there's no fight. Fighting what?
We
The
fight.
wind?
Yo, if you want
Let's
something
fight the
very
wind outside.
strong,
It's better to fight outside.
I can cut the wind.
Let's cut it outside. Just pick me up. Take us outside.
I'm gonna get out my
As
battle axe.
the wind grows to like a roaring sound in your ears, and you see a blackness coming up through the corridor towards you, just like as if light itself is fleeing from whatever's coming closer.
I will cut it with my great axe.
You take a swing at it, and as it reaches you, it pushes all of you back out of the door to sprawl on the ground in front of the tower. And out of the blackness steps a robed figure, this one with its hood up and a long, thin skull of some sort of creature that the like bottom, the chin reaches basically down to its chest. It has a staff in its hand and a scroll in the other hand, and it says, "Who are you who would try to deceive the minions of Balatosh?"
I don't know what to say. Oh, fuck, he's big.
I killed your men. I want to kill you now. You fight me?
Roll for initiative. So basically, to give you the layout, it's this single figure, and the 4 of you are sprawled out on the ground in sort of a little bit of an open area in
Am I
front of
still
the tower.
restrained?
There's some crystal on the ground, but not that much. Like you didn't really land on it.
No, but am I
You are
restrained
not
still?
restrained anymore.
I rolled a 7.
Okay. A 7. All right. I should start writing this down.
Can I go get more water? Also, my phone is about to die. There's like a tablet or something that I could use to pull up my statistics.
oh, hold up.
Anything.
What kind of phone you have?
It's a Pixel. It's USB-C.
Oh, let me see if I have something for that.
We have cables.
Extension cord. Actually, a relatively close outlet.
I don't.
I actually, in my car, there is a cable. I would just need a brick.
I think he has Pixel too. So
Okay.
USB-Cs all around. So are we rolling initiative here?
Yes, you are rolling
Roll the
initiative.
12.
Yeah. Rolling for my guy too here.
Just the one dude?
Yep. That's
How
it.
big is he?
He is about average human size. You're taller than him. Yeah.
I'm taller than everyone.
Pretty much. Yeah. Any humanoid, you're pretty much taller than. Yeah. All right. So wait. Did anyone? Let's see. So who got the highest roll so far? Highest roll numbers?
18.
18. All right. Anyone higher than 18? No. Who got the next highest behind 18?
12?
12. Anyone higher than 12? All right. All right. Anyone higher than a 9?
I was 7.
Richard.
4.
Okay. you don't have to look so ashamed when you. It is a sad. It is a sad
the
roll.
proficiency bonus doesn't matter in initiative.
I can go to my
right?
car
So,
and get
yeah.
I guess it's just a dex modifier.
For initiative.
I think
initiative?
certain classes get to add extra to their initiative modifier. Like my bard does, but maybe that's because I'm College of Valor. I'm not sure. Anyway,
That would give me 7.
that sounds
anyway.
low.
That would
Yeah.
give me 7 anyway. So.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. So then it'd be Gus, and then lastly, Richard. All right. So the person who's not in the room is going first.
I apologize.
That's okay. No, that's fine.
Oh, I stole his USB-C cable.
Wow.
Oh, that's what it is.
That's what he's looking for.
Yeah.
He's not gonna find it, huh?
No.
This pizza was pretty solid, actually.
It was the bread was really good too.
Yeah.
It was a solid choice.
Huh. I like it. I think this is going to be probably around 4 hours when it's all said and done.
We're
About average for a one shot.
about
Yeah.
2.5 right now, so like another.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is not the climactic fight then.
Who knows?
Who does know? This is the fight, but then there's the puzzle that follows.
I know.
Said so. Thank you very much. You are going first.
All right.
It is
Let me
I.
go. Yep.
So this robed figure,
Mm-hmm.
it's basically we're just fighting it because Thoras has decided to fight it.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
As he steps out, he makes a motion with his hand, and you notice the air begin to shimmer in front of him slightly.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Hold Person. So I reach out my hand and try and restrain this guy.
Okay.
He's Wisdom saving throw 15.
Wisdom saving throw of 15. Okay. What happens if it succeeds?
If it succeeds,
Yeah.
he's paralyzed.
Paralyzed?
Yep.
All right.
And at the end of
He suddenly stops moving.
at the end of his turn,
Yeah.
every turn, he can keep trying to break out of it.
Okay. Well. Oh, my DM guide has information for me here on paralyzed. Attack rolls against this creature have advantage as well.
Oh, really? I did not
Yeah.
know that.
Wow, he's just standing there.
Wow. And any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet.
Holy moly,
Paralyzed
that's powerful.
is pretty bad.
Holy shit, I didn't realize it was
How
that
many
powerful.
turns do we get?
I had to
before he
roll
gets to go?
pretty poorly to fail that.
Oh, really?
And I did. So congratulations. Yeah. All right. So when it's my action, I get a chance to try to break out of it.
At the end of his turn.
The end of my turn, right?
Yeah. So I guess it'd be like
Yeah, the
his
end of my
turn is
turn.
the roll, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, his
Okay.
turn's over.
And what do I need to do? Just beat the will save?
Just beat the 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Beat wisdom 15.
So Thor. Yep. He's
You already know.
swing away.
Thoras, in rage at being pushed out into the cold,
Uh-huh.
will ready his war battle axe, great axe thing, and Thorax wants to fuck him up. And I am going to charge him, and I am going to swing. I get advantage on my attacks,
You get advantage on your attacks and they're all crits.
and I roll crits.
You do.
Yeah. Let's go ham, man.
All right.
Are you popping rage?
Now, see, here's my question. He's got Blade Ward up right now. Until the end of your next turn, you have... So he's still... Okay, so he's still okay. So he has resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Yeah, yeah.
So he will only take half damage from these.
So my crits are negated.
Yeah, essentially that's true, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So still a lot.
Right. So
Effectively, yes.
the
You're
first
just
one
doing
is,
normal damage.
Is a 19.
Okay. That definitely hits.
Second one is definitely going to hit. I don't even need to roll a second roll for it. It's a 19
Okay.
on top of the +6. That's 25 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that definitely hits.
And the last one is 23 to hit.
That definitely hits.
So 3 attacks are hitting.
His eyes blaze red in shock as the axe connects, and he can't do anything about it. Roll damage.
It's time to slice him up. Wait, am I rolling? I'm rolling the wrong one.
Yeah, you're rolling a D8. You had great rolls on the
Great
D8.
rolls
On the D8.
You hear him go, "You dare strike the herald of Bolatoth!"
I will
As
wear
the
your
axe
skin
swings in.
like a little piggy, and I will pluck your eyes, and I will eat them for nutrients.
I have no skin or eyes.
Quick math.
Quick.
Fuck. 20 at 9, 29. Add
That's your total?
6 is
35.
35.
35.
That's my normal.
All right. You take a chunk out of him, that's for sure.
That's pretty good.
All right.
So that would have been a 70.
Yes.
So really, you hit him for 70, but he negated half of the
Yes.
damage.
Yeah.
Level 7 characters do a lot of damage.
That
in
is a
5th
lot of
edition.
damage.
All right. It is his turn now, and he will attempt to break out of this. And he will roll a 2. All right. It's he feebly goes, and I can't do anything apparently. So much for the Herald of Anyway, it's Gus's turn.
Oh, Gus is.
Gus, what would you like to do to the punching bag?
Oh, I get untangled. I'm like, fuck you, dude. That sucked. I only being tied down. Are you like, yeah, it feels good? I was like, I'm kind of walk up to him, but like he's way taller than I am. And I leap a little bit in the air, and then I cast a flurry of snowballs. So Snowlick's snowball swarm,
Oh, I love that.
Oh, okay.
which allows me to cast. A creature takes 3d6. Actually, it'll be 4 because I'm casting as a level 3 spell on a failed save, which is that.
Oh,
yeah?
he's going to fail it. That man, he cannot
So then
move.
4d6s.
Uh-huh.
Who's better than last time?
Those are
Those
D8s.
are D8s.
Oh my gosh, cheater!
I rolled 2.
He's already paralyzed. What more do you want?
That's 11, 12, 13 on the dice. And then how does crit / advantage work?
Spells don't crit.
Okay,
So it's just damage. Yeah.
Okay, so that's 13.
13 cold damage.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
it is cold damage, yes.
So he gets he gets hit with an axe and then gets a bunch of snowballs in the face. And you can hear a voice gurgling from behind the packed snow in the different, like crevices of his bone face. Like,
Pelt him with snowballs.
all right, it is Richard's turn.
All right, so he's restrained, tall, and I walk up to him
All right.
and I go, "Hey, tell us where Balatosh's quarters are located."
And he goes, and he spits out some of the snow that was in his face. It hits you. And he
All right, so I'm gonna unarmed strike him. I'm going to pimp slap him.
he's gonna say something, dude. But you can
Oh, okay,
you
go
can
ahead.
pimp slap him first though.
Yeah, let me pimp slap him.
cop.
Go ahead.
Backhand him real quick.
Sure.
Slapping the herald of a god.
20. Got a crit, baby.
That's amazing.
Oh. You pull back and you brutally pimp slap the Herald of Balatosh. and you crack his bone mask and just knock the bottom half like clean off.
No, bitch.
And you see like a pallid like chin and lips underneath it. Fishy lips and a little bit of like dark like bluish blood starts to kind of like trickle down his cheek, and he goes, "You dare!" But he can't really move.
I told you
so.
to answer my question. I'll give you another one of those. Where is his
Balatosh.
quarters located?
Balatosh is not here. Balatosh lives in the ethereal, and we are his servants. Someday he will come to join us in this world and usher in a new era.
All right, what is the ethereal?
What?
What is that?
Are you a fool? It is all around us. It is the dwelling place of gods and spirits. It is a realm from which the great ash comes. And he's working himself into a fervor.
Y'all know what the hell he's saying?
He goes, "Release me!"
No.
Chat says that the Herald is legally your hoe now.
It's back to Rob now. The beginning of
Back
this.
to me.
Yeah. This fight is going exactly how I imagined it. I couldn't. Yeah, this is definitely what I thought of when
I'm
I
actually not
created
sure what
this
more.
encounter.
Does concentration break when you attack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So you
So
have to keep doing it.
I just have to. I'm just gonna continue to hold him. I'm holding him down.
Or when you cast
What's the
another
duration?
spell.
Yeah, but
you
can
don't.
I-
You can
it's
attack
it's
him.
not a continuous cast though. You cast it
No, I
once
can
and it
still-
just happens, right?
Right. Yeah. But
Yeah.
if I attack him, does my concentration break?
Oh,
was
I
my
don't think it
question.
matters because it's not. You're not continuously casting this. You
Oh,
just
okay.
did it and then it happened, right?
Oh no, it is a concentration,
concentration spell, but
Yeah.
the way it works.
Well, what
in-
is the spell? Because if the spell's a duration, it should just go
in
on, right?
D&D, well, it's like a concentration spell, so you have to keep in the back of your mind a part of it, like holding it on this guy.
Oh, I see.
Casting another spell means you
Yes,
have
if
to
I
unlock
cast
that part
another-
of your
yeah.
brain, and
Right.
then you have to. That's what you need to cast.
Well,
as
I'm
well.
going to attack him then. I'm going to smack him around the head.
Okay.
With my warhammer.
Poor Harold of Balaton.
I'm gonna whip out the warhammer and I'm gonna go. Let us in, you little bitch. I'm gonna whack him on the head.
This isn't how this was supposed to go.
You get advantage on the roll.
Oh, I do. I get advantage.
No.
Okay, so that's a 20 to hit.
Yeah, it hits him.
Oh, 21 even.
Yeah, that hits him too.
And it's
What are you looking for?
the D10. That's a D12. Where's the D10 at? What
Use
do they
this
look like?
percentage one.
Oh yeah, sure. That's a 10. 10 damage.
Wait, is it 10 or 1?
10 plus your.
No, it's a 9
modifier.
plus 1.
Okay, cool.
Well, that
that's
is a
just
nine.
9.
Yeah.
It's 9 damage.
Yeah, plus one. Plus 1. I get a 1,
Yeah, that's
1
10.
D10 plus 1. Thank
Yeah,
you. Yeah. Thank you, Thoras.
Yeah.
Yep, I know maths.
All right.
He takes 10 damage.
All right. So you take sand damage? Okay.
Yep.
Cool. You just hit him with a hammer.
I did. I hit him
Why
with a hammer.
not? All right. He's definitely taking a bit of a beating. Thor, it's your turn.
Thoras.
Yeah. Thor
Don't
ass.
forget the ass.
No one's gonna forget that ass. All
I
right.
told him I would pluck his eyeballs out,
Sure.
so I'm going to pluck his eyeballs out. And I'm going to do them one at a time and then eat them in front of him.
All right. Well, he's still got a mask in front of him.
I'm going to take his mask off
Roll.
because he cannot move.
Roll an attack, like a grapple check,
Unarmed strike.
but with advantage,
Okay.
because he's held in place.
I mean, 19 first roll, I guess.
All right.
that's
You
success.
grab the mask
My rolls have been fucking
and
ridiculous.
you rip it off.
Yep.
And some of his face comes with it. We'll say it was kind of a mask, but also just kind of part of him. So you pull that off. He's only got one eye left, and it's kind of it's looking at you very angrily.
Yes, I'm going to fucking
Okay,
and rip it out.
all right.
Holding his hair, whatever he's got, his head, and just.
Rated
tear it
T
All right,
for
we could have
teen.
used that eye for a bargaining chip.
Yeah.
So okay, he lets out a howl as you pull his eye from his remaining eye from its socket,
And
and
I'm going to pretend to eat it.
he
by
can't see that
squishing it.
because that was his last eye.
Yes, I know. But I'm going to say, I'm eating your eye right now. It is delicious. You have many nutrients.
It has to be an intimidation.
Yeah.
goes-
I want to roll to intimidate as well.
All right, yeah, sure.
Well, it's a 3.
I'll say you roll with advantage in this situation. You did just 20. Oh
Not 20, dude. What the hell?
He drops to his knees, whimpering, and says, "Why have you come, Bolatoth? Why did you not protect your servant?"
You see, he didn't care after all. You should have just told us everything we wanted to know.
He goes, "Who are you? Why are you here?"
I unfurl my arms. My eyes are glistening. A little bit of lightning runs down my shoulders, and with a definitely amplified voice to some degree.
He can't see any of
He
this.
can't see. Oh, that's true. He can't.
yeah.
But I'm not thinking about that. I'm just pissed.
All right.
He hears a very loud voice. Where is the girl? Where is the princess?
He goes, "The girl." and he laughs, sort of a gurgling laugh as his life is clearly beginning to leave him. And he says, "The vessel is prepared. She has been sent back to where she came. The army travels with her, and you are too late." And he laughs as he sort of keels over and expires.
Heal him.
Oh, so they went.
Heal him,
Heal him.
Thoras.
I will grapple him.
You won. You
gonna
won.
grapple
Did you
him.
hear what he said?
And I want you to heal him.
Did you hear what he said?
He's dead,
I am
and
not
we're
done with him.
There's
We're
an
late.
army headed to where she came from, which is town.
We got to go back.
I don't care.
Do you want to kill 40 dudes? Because there's 40 dudes that need to be killed back in town, dude.
I'm gonna drop the limp body.
All right, it goes thunk. Back on.
Oh, my.
Okay.
Does that mean we get out of here? Because I hate this place.
How do you just want to leave? You
He
believe him?
said there's an army.
But wait, what if he's lying?
He was dying. I'm an admittedly gullible person, but like, dude, there's an army headed to
Where
town.
is the army?
Headed to town. That's all he said.
What?
To be clear, he said where she came from.
Where she came
From
which
whence
might
she
be-
came.
From when she
From
came.
whence she came.
I don't know. This is all too confusing.
Are you telling me
Let's-
that if we just sat by the cart the whole time, an army would have showed up in front of us? Because that's like super lame.
Well, you know, people run ahead, so it's kind of hard to know what's going to happen. We got to follow this guy everywhere.
I think we should check this place out, though.
Thoras will climb the tower, and I will kill.
You're gonna climb the
wizard.
sheer wall of obsidian.
Thoras, you can just walk in the door.
I will climb the tower.
Thoras, just walk in
Wait,
the door.
wait a
going to
second.
begin
There's
climbing.
got to be another one of those cloaked, hooded things around here, and you can still disguise yourself, right?
I can, but I did you notice how he was in no way
25.
tricked by that? Man,
25.
That's
I
because you
don't
didn't
know.
know.
To climb the tower?
Yes.
Maybe.
It's extremely slick obsidian rock. So you make it up about maybe 10, 15 feet, and you start to really struggle to hold on. It's basically sheer rock. You're
I
kind of trying to
climb more.
push.
Oh my
All right.
gosh, what is he doing?
Get Thoras.
22.
He climbs higher. You're approximately 30 feet up in the air now.
Thoras, you will slip, and you
Hold
will
on, the
break
tower
your
is
neck.
about 100 feet tall.
Can you see anything?
No.
I don't think you're gonna see any more if you keep going up.
I will kill the wizard.
In the
You
meantime,
killed the wizard.
No, I'll kill more.
There's more wizards back in
There's an
town,
entire army getting ready to go back to town, and we're over here watching this guy climb a tree.
dude.
There are wizards through this door, Thoras. They're coming for
Yeah.
us.
Oh my gosh, there's so
no.
many. Oh, there's so many coming through.
I am not as gullible as Rock. I climb higher.
Roll strength check. That sounds like a 1.
He's about to
To the surprise of no one, you lose your grip and you fall. Yeah. I feel like there's a falling damage table here. Yeah. There we go.
Can I cast wall of water underneath him to
Yeah.
break his fall?
How quickly does that cast?
It is concentration.
Sure, but what's like? There should be like
Casting time, one action.
one action. Okay,
He's falling
yeah.
100 feet, right?
No, he's only falling about 30 feet.
Oh, okay.
What's terminal velocity? Let's see here. Could you theoretically cast it? If it takes 6 seconds to cast, I think you'd hit the ground before that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You definitely hit the ground.
Oh.
So sorry. So what happens is you hit the ground, and
Oh.
30 feet. You're going to break your legs. No, I am
take
strong.
what's 13 plus 8? 21. Take 21 damage.
I am strong. I
you
shrug it off.
You hit the ground.
I shrug it off.
Thunk.
How much?
And then right
21,
after you hit
21.
the ground, a wall of water appears above you and just drenches you.
Fuck, I'm waterboarding him. All right. Immediately,
You
like,
feel
go to
very
spell.
cold and in pain.
I consumed a 3rd level slot.
Oh, Jesus. Thoras, what are you doing, man? I'm going to pick him up. Come on.
The snow cushioned my fall. I am fine.
You're drenched in a frozen environment.
I am fine.
You look like you're hurt.
I am resistant to cold.
Do you want me to heal you?
I use
fine.
cantrip shape of water to remove all the water off his body.
Okay.
Off the skin, not from inside his body.
I would
He's
like a
immediately
heal,
a dried
but
out
not-
husk. No, it's a,
I would
yeah.
like a heal, but not for the fall.
What would you like a heal for then?
My battle wounds, definitely not the fall.
Off in the distance, you hear a horn sound again.
Tell
And then
him-
you hear what sounds on the edge of your hearing, like the cry of many voices, a battle cry.
Guys, there's war horns. He said an army. Is it back kind of the direction we came from?
Yeah, it's not straight back the direction you came from, but it's from, if it's like back there, it's like off of that direction, kind of. Yeah.
Is it toward where the city?
Yeah, well, it's towards where the edge of the Ashwall would be. Not exactly the direction you came, but like definitely in that general
Yeah.
vicinity.
Yeah, but
It's-
outside the ash wall, would it be toward the city? If we're, like outside the ash wall.
If
I
you
heal
turned
you for
around and went
16.
right back the way you came, that'd be going towards the city. Yeah,
Pretty good.
And
Okay.
that's the direction you're hearing this from, but it's way
Got
off
it.
in the distance.
Got it.
Yeah.
Sounds like we need to go back.
I'm telling you guys.
We should check this place out first.
Did you see what happened last time I walked in the door?
That was him. We
I
killed
don't think
him.
that was him. I think that was the building.
That was him.
I'm gonna take a look around.
You were
should go
pretending to
in.
be mute and feeble, okay?
I'm gonna
There's
wander.
an army that way that needs a fucking. Are you in? Cause I'm in.
I think there might be a wizard in the tower.
I'm
There's
gonna
a
walk.
bit
In,
of
I'm
40
walking in the
wizards.
tower. I'm
Definitely
walking
a
back
wizard
into the tower.
I will go.
Okay, I guess we're going in the tower.
I can't believe this is happening. There's no.
All right.
I think we
They're,
should.
they're walking. I'm sitting and thinking for a second.
Can
I
I
just like sit cross-legged outside trying to figure out what's happening. I'm just like looking around while they
Before
walk
everyone
inside.
walks in, can I try to use my skills of persuasion to get everyone to turn around and go back to the city?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Sure.
Guys, I think we should use a little rationale here.
Right, sure. What?
We almost died trying to walk into this place, and clearly all these guys are going the opposite direction toward the town. We need to help those people. So what's the point of us going in here?
The town can defend itself. If it can't, then it is a fact of life.
But they're weak.
Yes,
they
they will
need
be-
strong men. To
they will
help
be
them.
made to
They
die.
need a strong warrior.
You are actually from this town.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you should feel not to tell you what your character should feel, but you should feel very concerned.
I'm checking out the tower to see if there's some kind of plan in there or way that we can help out. I mean,
Okay.
we're here at the moment.
You think they like teleported them there?
Yeah, maybe.
Don't be so silly. Teleportation doesn't exist.
Yeah, but
I
what
took you
if there
through
was
a
a
damn
gate?
door
I
yesterday.
ran there.
You didn't
I
run
was
there, Thoras.
So fast.
Thoras, shut
you
up.
didn't even see me.
Thoras, shut up. Idiot.
All right.
Thoras.
You want to try to persuade them?
Yes.
All right. Roll a opposing persuasion checks. We'll see.
So I rolled it. Be unpersuaded.
Or I would say roll a. We'll do it against a will save or wisdom save. Nah, charisma save.
Roll
I don't know.
17.
We'll do charisma.
Charisma plus
Well, so you roll your persuasion check, which you should have a pretty big bonus for.
17.
Okay, 17. So can you guys beat a 7?
I need the bonus.
Oh yeah, so 17 plus a bonus. Nice. And so that's what you guys are gonna have to beat
It's
with
plus
a
9.
charisma check. 28. All right, try to beat a 28 with a charisma check.
I fail.
I failed.
Fail.
I'm 26 for me. So
So I'm not going to tell you guys what to do, but the bard presents a very convincing argument that the
Yes.
city is in imminent danger.
Love man, you are.
we need to
very,
get paid.
very wise.
I need my money.
Dude, I heard all the guys in the army yesterday say they thought they were stronger than you.
That is
Like-
not true. Have they seen me?
All of them.
This is your home.
There's
your
only one
hometown.
way you can
gotta go back and
convince
help
them if you grapple them out.
This seems like a bad idea to me, but all right, we'll go.
To war. I pull out my
Yeah.
horn and blow it.
Do you have a
I'm
horn?
proficient in horn.
Roll performance.
My God. I'm 18. My rolls
Oh,
are absurd,
all right.
dude.
Everybody feels pumped up. Yeah.
Going to war. Woo!
We run. And I just
But
start
slowly because of the glass.
sprinting towards the horn.
All right. Okay. So
Where is the horn? Sorry, where's the noise coming from?
just off towards the not exactly the direction you came from,
Right.
but in the general vicinity, maybe like off to one side.
Okay.
Yeah. So from the edge of the ash wall, you're going back the direction you came. Yeah. Right. And so you run and run, and after a little while, because it took you about maybe like an hour to run this far, and as you come back through the other side of the ash wall, you don't experience any strange effects coming out the other side, and you find themselves in around the same place that you were when you went in. You can see the cave off to one side a little ways. You're not right close to it like you were before, but you can kind of see where it is and orient yourselves to where you are in relation to where you entered the Ashlands. And you hear very clearly this time a few blasts of a barbaric sounding horn and another battle cry from the edge of the forest.
Let's keep going. They're that way. He said the girl was with them.
Very good.
Let's
Very
keep
well.
going.
Let's get close, and I will try and I'll try and get the girl. The rest of you kill everybody, I guess.
All right.
How many are there?
We don't know.
You don't see anyone
We
yet.
can't see him yet, dude.
I'm sprinting.
All right,
Let's
you
keep
are
going.
running. Everybody else is keeping up fairly well with him. I mean, he did fall from a tower, so he's a little bit slower than he was before.
No, I'm so fast. I am 40 feet.
You're fast-ish.
My speed is so quick.
40? Really? It's
My
40?
trait
Wow, that's pretty
is
good.
I have fast movement.
Great.
So my speed increases when I'm not wearing heavy armor, and I'm wearing no armor.
Okay.
So I'm so quick.
All right. Well, you sprint quickly, and everyone else, keeps up as best they can. And as you reach the edge of the forest, you come out at the edge of the tundra, which slopes gracefully down for miles and miles until you can see the city of Siku far in the distance. And as you look to your right, you see an enormous army of all like soldiers and things dressed in black. There's cultists, there's everything, and you see some hulking monstrosities poking up from here and there within the forces. On the other side, facing them, is another army that is smaller, but you can tell it's a lot of people from Siku. It's their defense force that they've brought out. It seems like every able-bodied person in the town is out there with some sort of weapon, improvised or otherwise, to try to defend their city. their home.
Shit.
In the center of this, and this is a ways away. In the center of the army from Siku, you see Tantaka surrounded by some of his lieutenants and some of the higher ranking members of the town guard and things like that. And from the enemy lines, you see the entity that introduced himself earlier as Master Crackmarrow start to stride across the battlefield alone towards the Siku lines, holding the hand of Tekka, who walks beside him.
Oh, no.
She looks upset, but aside from that, doesn't look any different from usual. They're walking towards the other line. As they get about halfway, Crackmarrow yells across to the army on the other side and says, "I'll make a trade. Her for you, Tantaka." And Tantaka looks absolutely distraught. His daughter is there, but to give himself up in front of his whole army, would certainly be a blow to morale of the troops. But he looks around, gets like a nod from a lieutenant or two, and starts to stride across the battlefield towards Crackmarrow. And Tekka, in the meantime, yells, "Father!" and, is happy to see him and all that. He walks across and reaches out to her, but Crackmarrow pulls her behind his back and says, "Not yet." And he says, "Go to your people, girl." And he pushes her, and she stumbles and falls into the ground, and then walks across the battlefield, or sprints across the battlefield with a look back at her father towards the lines of her people, the Siku army. Meanwhile, Tantaka turns and looks mournfully at his daughter, and Crackmarrow walks up to the side of him. And as Tekka reaches the front lines, Crackmarrow grabs the back of the neck of Tantaka and yells, "I want you to watch," as Tekka reaches the front lines and reaches up to grab the hand of one of the lieutenants at the very front of the army. And as she does, you're like, and like crystals burst out from her and from the front lines and start to extend through the army, overtaking the bodies of all of the soldiers and things like that. Panic erupts in the Siku Defense Forces, everyone begins to flee away from the emerging black decaying-looking crystals that have popped out from where this girl was standing a moment ago. And when it seems to start to kind of die down, the crystals start to come out slower. The army of Siku is just completely shattered, essentially. Little pockets of soldiers here and there. There's screams. There's mournful cries. The entire army seems in complete disarray. And Crackmarrow lets out a throaty, evil laugh and says, "The time has come for life to die in the north."
How big is his army?
It's big.
Like thousands big?
Like a couple thousand, yeah.
Oh.
How is the girl still there, or did she turn into the crystals?
You can only see this field of like crystals where she and the other lieutenants were standing right now. Yeah. There seem to be like human forms sort of like poking out here and there. Yeah.
Well, this looks unwinnable.
You're not
Really?
strong enough?
I'm strong enough, but I'm not suicidal enough.
That's the smartest thing I've heard you say all day.
All day.
Yeah.
How far away are we from them?
You're maybe a couple hundred yards. So close enough to see and hear all of this stuff happening.
They
But
don't know where we are.
you haven't been noticed yet. You're still kind of on the edge of the trees.
And the
you
girl's
see
gone.
this. You're sort
Well-
of basically perpendicular to the line.
And the girl's gone. She's gone.
She's gone. You don't see her anymore.
They said it was time to bring an end to life in the north, which I think includes us, if I'm doing my math correctly.
Well, we just
I'm from the south.
I mean, if you want to bail, you can, but
So basically, the army. This is like, let's see, this is Molotov's army, and then you've got the scattered sort of like groups of the Siku Defense Forces here, and then you've got the crystal sort of like fields here.
Who is this guy? Thanos? Goodness gracious.
who's Thanos?
And you guys,
Don't worry.
the forest is basically like this, and you guys are like right here, basically seeing this.
Got it.
You know, guys, I came here to like try and figure out like why I was here, cause like home was not for me. Like that wasn't my purpose. And like these people like brought me in, and like now they're like all dead. And like
They're not all dead yet.
Yeah, there's still hundreds of Siku soldiers
Pull
remaining.
yourselves
Can
together.
we-
This is our town.
they are dead. This is your town. I'm gonna go.
You are not leaving, Thoras.
Thoras.
This is a fight. This is
Look
your
at me.
purpose.
What if I told you I could make you bigger? What if I told you I could make your axe bigger? Are you with me? Do you want to
Yes.
swing an axe through 15 people at one time?
Yes.
Doesn't that sound like a good way to do it?
Yes.
All right. All I got to do is get on your back. I climb on his back
All right,
and I cast enlarge.
Okay, how does that work exactly?
Enlarge makes it makes the person I cast it on. Here, I'll just read it. The target size doubles in all dimensions, and its weight is multiplied by 8. This growth increases its size by one category from medium to large, for example. If there isn't enough room for the target to double its size, there is, so that doesn't matter. Until the spell ends, it lasts a minute of concentration. The target also has advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. The target's weapons also grow to match its size. While these weapons are large, the target's attacks with them deal 1d4 extra damage.
Fun. All right, cool. As you do this, Crackmarrow says, "Bolatoth has come," and raises a sword that looks very similar to the one that you used for a while and then broke. And then and the army behind him starts to surge forward. The Siku soldiers see this. A few run back towards the town, but you see little pockets rallying here and there, and they yell, "For Siku," and start rushing forward into what seem like impossible odds.
Let's go, dude!
If we kill Crackamaru, we still have a chance here.
Is he out in the open?
Yeah. He's pretty far out in the open. Tantaka, in the meanwhile,
With my
is
increased-
still alive, but has fallen to his knees and just looks absolutely
With
beaten.
my increased size and my very fast movement speed as normal, am I even faster?
You have a longer stride.
Yeah,
Longer strides?
we're
Longer
we're
stride.
talking about like 250 yards plus.
So I can
To
get
get
there
there.
like an action.
I don't think that you can get there that fast.
I think I could.
I don't
Two
know.
actions.
I think it'd take a little while to get there.
I know, right?
That's like
Speed boost.
yeah.
I am huge, and I am already fast.
Yeah, but you're not like
Nah, bro.
Olympic
And you're very.
gold medal.
I think your greatest skill is your
fast.
confidence more than anything.
I think I could literally kill him right now.
I bet Thoras does believe that.
Thoras is confident that he could reach him so quick, and he's just gonna literally squash him like a little bug. He feels empowered. He's never felt like this before. Like, every now and then he encounters someone. He's like, "Yeah, I kill you," but this is like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you."
All right.
I am now riding on his back.
Yeah. Are you on my,
I have
shoulder?
I'm on your shoulder. I'm like holding around kind of like your neck, but in a way that like more like across your abs kind of thing. Like just like 'cause I'm not choking you. And then like I haven't used it yet the entire time, but I pull this quarterstaff out that has this like my family's like gem embedded in the top of it, and I twirl it around and I'm ready to hit somebody while I'm riding this giant.
So you're now 14 foot tall.
Yes.
Holy Christ.
Yes.
All right.
Wonderful.
I am going to charge Crack Marrow.
You're going.
I
For
can't
it.
keep this going for forever, dude.
Yeah,
Let's
I'm gonna
go.
charge Crack
All right. So you're all
Can I ride too? I want to ride on top of the giant too.
probably. I don't know. Ask him.
I'm riding on top of him, and
Kneel
while,
down for you to ride on my shoulders.
and while we're riding, I'm just like,
Are you jumping on too?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna jump.
Okay. All right. All right. All
I'm
right.
just gonna start charging with all of them on me.
Thoras starts charging in the battle with everybody else
How much did you weigh
on his
before
back.
280.
So he weighs about half a ton right now.
half a ton.
All right. About 1,000 pounds. Yeah. Yeah.
Your
All right.
density
Wow.
is insane. You can wade through people.
I could just barrel through the army and
All right.
kill it.
So you're running towards the army. Everyone's on your back. The armies are starting to come together and clash. And right as they're about to meet, you see a streak come down from the sky and just plow straight into the front of the Bolatosh lines, just scattering cultists and soldiers from that side of things everywhere. And out of the crater emerges this gigantic, about as tall as you, bone monstrosity that's got a huge like helmet-looking thing made of like different animal skulls. It's got huge bone pauldrons with like different claws and things sticking out everywhere, and it has hands that end in enormous like clawed hooks and all that. And it sweeps its huge arm across the front lines of the Bolatosh forces and just scatters soldiers again like little dolls, basically. And it turns to the soldiers of Siku and it raises its fists and it goes, "Omru fights with Siku," and then it turns back and lays into the army again.
Oh,
And the soldiers seem
we're
inspired
coming in.
again.
That's a good guy. That's a good guy. He's super dope. You could wrestle after we
I
kill
can
this
fight
guy.
him?
No,
next
no.
time. Next time.
Yeah, don't.
Fight him when everyone else is dead.
Everyone else is free.
I guess
Otherwise, it's cheating. It's cheating if you take him on first.
Barreling towards.
All right, well,
this conversation.
roll for initiative.
Man, my initiative sucks.
20! Oh my god, the amount of 20s I rolled is
You rolled a lot of. Ooh, I just rolled natural 20 for Crack Marrow though.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
What's-
Although,
do you have advantage on your
Technically,
initiative?
natural 20s don't matter in initiative.
Do you have
but
does he have an initiative advantage?
I actually think I do. Honestly, I modeled him after a different character, and do I? I do. First Strike, the Reckoner. Oh, the character I've chosen has advantage on initiative rolls. Yeah, I've kind of put two different monsters together to make him, basically. Yeah.
Well, I've got 21.
Okay.
I had 9.
All right.
14.
I have, what is that? 7. So
7.
yeah.
Hey, at least you're on the back of somebody who's getting you there much quicker.
Oh yeah, it's cool. No worry, the pimp slap will come.
Yep.
Very fast.
You already severely, savagely pimp slapped the Herald of Bolatosh. So.
The pimp slap. Such a
all right.
fantastic.
So Crack Marrow did win. He's at the top of the order, but you are right after him.
Dude.
Yeah. In
Marrow can
legit
lick my
rolls,
nuts.
because technically natural 20s don't matter in
Yeah.
initiative. You just add the modifier anyway.
Yeah.
So he did win that. Thoras is next. Who's next after Thoras again?
14.
14. Anyone higher than
No.
nothing? Okay.
And I was 9 and he was 7.
Yeah, right. Rob, and then it's Gus, and then Sir Richard. All right. Cool. Then we'll just put army dudes at the end, random soldiers that are unfortunate enough to be in the path of Thoras right now. All right. So it is going to be Crackmarrow first, and as he doesn't really see you guys coming at this point. His attention has absolutely been taken by the giant, bone monster something, Amru, appearing in the midst of everyone. And so he's going to turn and go towards him. But first, he is going to fire a spell. Let's see. And we'll see if that happens. The spell flies through the air, and it strikes Omru, who stumbles slightly but doesn't seem too phased. Chunks of bone fly off into the army, but he doesn't really seem to be bothered too much by Crackmarrow. In the meantime, Crackmarrow is wading through the Siku forces, cutting down people left and right. His attention seems occupied on getting to Omru to fight him.
Okay.
Yeah, so now it's going to be Thoras. You are there, and everybody's on your back.
I hit him with my axe.
All right. Is anyone? I take it you guys probably want to jump off at this point
I'm staying on.
before you get hit on the backswing. You do.
I'm concentrating. I have to concentrate to stay on with him.
Okay.
I'm jumping
Is
off.
that-
When I get to my turn, can I still be in the air?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
for sure. This is all like basically happening simultaneously, where you guys are leaping off his back. He's
Or
taking.
would I, as an experienced warrior, realize staying on this person is a very bad idea right now?
I think you would consider it pretty reckless to stay on the back of this this crazy person who you've made 14 feet tall.
You got mad at me for touching your butt earlier. I feel like that's probably not going to work out.
He just randomly climbed a tower and then fell off. Like this is
true.
not someone who
That's
can you
true.
rely
Okay,
on.
I'm
To
in.
make
This is
a
a
good
mentally
decision.
I'm going to slide off. I'm twirling my staff as I land, but I'm still mostly concentrating on making sure he stays huge.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
What does enlarge get me?
You get
is big?
an extra D4 of damage, which is not much.
On every attack.
You also get advantage on. Let me read it again real fast.
There's quite a few just regular soldiers in front of you.
Yeah, the target has advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. Your weapon is bigger. The tower, and you get an extra D4 of damage. You're a large
I'm going
creature.
straight for the bone marrow dude.
All right.
What's his name?
Crackmarrow.
Crackmarrow, yeah.
Not the guy made of bone.
I'm going
Master
for
Crackmarrow. Yep.
dude. I don't care about anybody else.
All right. Well, to get to him, you have to get through a couple lines of Bolatash soldiers.
Run through him.
All right.
I'm
Roll
half a ton.
roll some attacks.
I'm half a ton. I run through them.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
This will take your action.
Oh, what?
But because you have to get through them. It's not like you're walking through like air. It's still like people who are attacking you and stuff.
Dude, fuck these guys. I'm gonna do a front flip then.
He's on your back.
No, I jumped off.
No, go ahead. Roll
gonna do-
acrobatics.
It's acrobatics, not athletics.
Oh yeah, it's you're doing a front flip. What are you talking about? You're doing,
I'm gonna do.
you're
a
doing
front
Cirque
flip,
du
dude.
Stupid here, and like we'll see what happens.
Plus 1 is 20.
These guys are giant.
20.
You get to the edge of the Bolatash lines and just vault into the air with the most perfectly executed front flip anyone in the northern part of this continent has ever been privileged to see. And you fly through the air, the Ganassi on your back, clinging for dear life, and land feet first onto a group of soldiers right in front of Crackmarrow, whose back is turned to you, smashing a good half dozen of them flat.
I ate your servants, and now I'm going to eat you.
Crackmarrow turns slightly and looks up and just grins and turns away and keeps heading back towards Omru.
Turn around. Fight me, you coward.
You can do that next round. It's going to be Rob's turn now.
My turn.
You are vaulting through the air off the back of the front flipping giant.
Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm gonna.
You can use a front flip to gain extra momentum if you choose. I'll give you that.
Once he lands, I'm gonna slide off his back. I'm gonna use my.
Well, first, roll strength to hold on.
Oh, okay. And 12.
12?
12.
All right. You barely hold on. When he lands, you kind of slide off his back in a not so graceful manner and land on a couple soldiers that have just been crushed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I'm then going to use my channeling divinity to cloak myself. I become invisible.
Okay.
Until
why not?
I become invisible
All right.
until the end of my next turn.
Okay, great. So you land and then become invisible.
Yeah, I land, become invisible,
All right.
and I'm gonna head towards where I last saw the girl.
Okay.
So I'm heading kind of away from the action, but
Sure.
towards the front line.
It's going to be tough to do that because you're going through a battle right now. There's fighting happening all around you.
Okay.
The press of bodies is there. It's going to be pretty tough to just walk through.
okay. I'm gonna try and weave my way through.
You can do it, but it's going to take you a lot of time to do it.
Okay.
All right. But you'll make your way through there.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right. So
gonna
you start
attempt
heading
to.
that direction.
Yeah, I'm
just
gonna
kind of
head in that direction.
dodging a soldier here that's
Yeah.
falling and like trying to duck out of the way of a slash. You're kind of like edging past two dudes, duking it out.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. It is now Gus's turn. You have held on, holding on for dear life. Actually, just roll a strength check. Let's see if you can hold on.
17 plus something.
Oh yeah, you hold on, no problem. It's just like riding the bucking creatures of your
Yeah,
homeland,
exactly.
which you
The-
apparently were
the bucking
love
fire
to do
dragons.
that. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
you were a rodeo ganassi.
I hated that class. What do I do? The most important thing to me is that he's got to stay big, man. This guy is an absolute freight train, and I want to help in some way. But I think the most important thing for me to do is just to stay near him. I see the bag. How far away is Crackmarrow from us right now?
He's having very little trouble carving through any soldiers that oppose him, and the soldiers have started to back away and they don't want to mess with him. So he's making pretty good progress towards where Omru is, just tearing apart Balatas soldiers with no problem at all.
Okay. I slip off of his back, but stay near him, very cognizant of where he is, and my main goal is to defend against any other soldiers that are in the near vicinity. I take a swing with my quarterstaff at and the nearest people I can to try and help him.
Sure, there's a couple soldiers nearby.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll an attack.
14.
All right, yeah, that hits. One of them is approaching, comes up to try to take a swing, and you just clock him in the head with the staff, and he falls prone.
Okay.
Yep, like a sack of fine fire grain from your homeland.
Absolutely. Just knocked him down. Just like clearing out caterwauls on old Nackady's farm. I don't know where that accent came from.
Yeehaw. Rodeo ganassi.
Yeah.
All right, it's going to be Rich. It's your turn.
Yeah, so I
Roll-
jumped off before the flip.
Okay, all right. Roll an acrobatics check to jump off gracefully.
Okay. Ooh. 2? But wait, hold up. Wait.
All right.
Wait. My acrobatics are not that bad.
Yeah, you should have pretty good acrobatics skill. It's not a very. I did not give you a very hard one. but-
5, so yeah. it's
Okay.
not
Yeah, you stumble a little bit when you land, but you're generally okay.
bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I want to be in the air though.
Oh, okay. Well, you are generally okay in the air then. Sure. Midair.
I'm midair. So
You are
I'm
midair.
stepped, but I'm still midair.
So you managed to jump off just as at the apex of his front flip, which propels you slightly upward.
Okay.
And so you've got that sort of like time slowing down moment as you're hanging in the air above
All
the
right,
front
so-
flipping 14-foot giant.
So yeah, like the jacket's like flapping in the wind.
Yeah, exactly.
I do a couple front flips, a few spins,
All right.
and I cock my hand back like this.
Okay.
I see a group. I see a group of soldiers.
Like I know where this is going.
I see a group of soldiers,
Yeah.
being overwhelmed, and I just like infiltrate that group and back slap the first hooded bad guy that I see.
All right.
Just pimp slap.
Roll
the
to
shit
just
out of him.
flying pimp slap like a soldier there. There you go.
Also, while I'm doing this,
Uh-huh.
because I have a pretty nice ability here. Let me look that up. I have what is this shit called? Bardic Inspiration.
Oh yeah.
That one. And I want to use it to inspire the soldiers who see me pimp smack this dude.
All right. Well, you don't need to roll for Bardic's Inspiration, but this is just for the attack.
Oh, this is just for the
Yeah.
attack. Well, yeah. Let's see.
Bardic Inspiration is just given to everybody who's around you,
Yeah.
basically,
So
including
that's-
you guys.
So that's 11.
So you can add a D6.
11.
right,
All
to,
right. The soldier who has trained for years under the whips and scourges of the masters of Balatash, his spirit has been crushed and reformed into just a simmering rage towards the living at this point. But nothing could prepare him for the sight of Richard Lovegood flipping through the air and the devastating pimp slap that followed. And he and two of his compatriots fall to the sweeping slap of Richard Lovegood, and they fall prone. All intention of battle slapped from their puny minds. Seeing this, you spit a few sick verses and inspire everyone around you to fight harder. So you guys get to add a bardic inspiration gives you a d6 basically to add to whatever you want. Really.
To all of us?
Yeah, you're all close enough. Yeah.
So it's like once per turn we get to roll this for just something.
Just once
You just
ever.
add it, yeah. So you can add to a hit roll. If you are College of Valor, did you pick a bard at college?
Lore.
Lore? Oh, okay. So you can't add it to damage then, but I believe you can add it to pretty much everything else without checking it right now. Yeah.
I think it's only to one person. Bardic inspiration.
I think it's to. Oh yeah, maybe it is. Well, this was such an epic like move. It inspires everybody around.
Oh, I can
Yeah.
believe it.
It is a level of like personal magnetism that's unavoidable to both friend and foe.
It's the anime pimp slap, pretty much.
That's right.
Anime pimp slap. He channeled it for 4 years.
All right, so that happens. A couple soldiers, meanwhile, gather themselves and come in to take a couple swings. And I'll do, let's see, there's 4 of you, and 2 of you will be attacked. 1, 2, 3, 4. First one to get attacked is you. Second one is that's a 5 because I rolled a d6. That's a 6. Come on, give me a 1 through 4. There we go. You. All right. So you'll get attacked first, Gus. If I can roll on the table. And he'll miss. Next attack will miss as well. So they take a couple wild stabs coming in from the lines of the soldiers that fell in front of them to just miss. Now, we go back to Master Crackmarrow, who is getting closer to Omru right now. Omru doesn't really seem to notice that Crackmarrow is there yet. He's too busy taking out dozens of Bolatosh soldiers at once. One of the larger necrotic sort of looking amalgamations, monstrosities, whatever you want to call it, looks partially human, part beast. It's huge, not quite as tall as you, but large. Comes at him, and the claws on one hand extend, and he just skewers it, and then lifts it up and throws it back into the lines of soldiers behind him. So the bad soldiers. Yeah, keeps fighting. Meanwhile, Crackmarrow walks up and takes a swing at Omru. He gets to him, and he hits him. And he does not hit him with the second one. All right. And so he takes a big chunk of bone armor off of Omru. And Omru roars in anger and turns to face Crackmarrow. And now we'll go to Thoras. It's your turn.
Are there any big rocks nearby?
No, it is an open field. There is some snow. There's a couple rocks kind of like sticking out of the ground here and there, but nothing that looks like just like you could reach down and pick it up at the moment.
Any objects around?
There's like tons of bodies,
How many?
like dozens at this point next to you. Like you've got like several of them underneath you right now.
So, I want to take advantage of the fact that my race can... One of my traits is powerful build, and I count as a size larger just when I'm pushing or pulling or lifting anything. So when I'm enlarged, I can...
So you would go from being large to being huge.
Huge. Yes.
Wait, you grow in size
No,
again?
I'm just capable of
just
lifting
yeah,
As if he was huge.
as if I was
okay.
huge.
I see.
Can you pick him up?
There's not really any large objects nearby. You could you are in range to strike Crackmarrow.
Ooh. I am gonna fucking kill him.
Okay.
Right now. I'm gonna go into a rage, and I am gonna run that man down.
Okay.
He laughed at me and my axe. I'm not
And my
happy.
axe.
I'm not happy. I'm going into a rage. All right, let's attack him.
Okay.
And I'm going to go into a frenzy, which means I get advantage on a single melee weapon attack
All right.
of my choice.
Go for it.
Wait, no, hold on. Now, frenzy just means I can attack one more, but I can also use reckless attacks, which will... Where the frick is it gone? Here it is. Okay. I'm just going to decide whether I want to use it. I don't want to use it. So...
You have Bardic Inspiration.
I do, yeah.
Just in
but
case that
it's-
matters.
It's
Yeah.
a 20. It's a dirty 20.
All right.
If-
That
if
hits.
that's her first hit.
That
okay.
hits, yeah.
Second one is a 21.
That hits.
And the third... Oh, is a 25.
You
Wow.
are rolling outrageous.
All
These are
three.
ridiculous.
That is some crazy rolling. All
I have-
three connect.
yeah, this is absurd.
This guy is not easy to hit, but you're doing it.
I'm swinging now.
Whoop,
Wait,
yeah.
19. That's not a crit. I'm not. Yeah, not yet. I was like, is 19 a crit? 11. 11. 11!
What?
11s on a D12.
Dude, what the fuck?
What is going on here?
What is going on with these rolls, dude? Oh my god. Okay, so that's 33
All right.
plus.
Oh my goodness.
You get a D4.
Dude,
as well.
I think I might just kill him. I get 33
We'll see.
plus 6 because of my rage on each one.
Okay.
On
So
each
plus,
one?
plus 2 on each attack,
Oh,
which means
right.
6. Plus another 9. 15 at 33.
So 48 damage.
Adds
Wait,
a
so-
D4 on
so does
each
the
one
D?
of these as well.
Yeah, it's on the each one, right? 'Cause every swing.
Holy shit.
What the hell?
3. 1. 2. So
Plus another 6.
plus another 6. So what was the total?
You had 30. Oh, shit, I forgot.
was 30
it was
Doris
39.
Fox,
Plus
33
6.
at 15.
Was the 15?
46.
46 plus 6 is 52.
52 damage.
That is insanity.
What the heck?
All right.
You just hit for 52 damage at level 7.
Yes.
That's numbers are bigger in 5th edition, I've noticed. They really are. Anyway,
they are.
you
54, someone says.
you solidly chunk the axe into Crackmarrow from behind. And
This
there's
is 3 attacks.
there's a screech as you rend huge contusions in the plate armor that he's wearing, and he like arches back as he feels the pain of your axe hit him, but he turns and he looks more angry than anything.
Your god is a wuss.
He laughs in your face.
You're dumb.
It's Rob's turn.
It's my turn.
It's your turn. It's your turn.
Dude.
How reasonable does it seem after my first little flurry of trying to get through people? How reasonable does it seem that I'll be able to get even to the front, like the actual front lines?
You're making progress. You're definitely making progress.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just gonna continue doing that. I'm gonna continue trying to get to where I last saw
All right.
that little girl.
We'll say you'll make it in one more round.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just keeping on going.
All right.
I'm still
Because the soldiers are all going the opposite direction you are. So even
Okay.
though it's tough, there's going to be less at the end because
Yeah.
they're all.
I'm gonna cast I'm gonna channel my divinity to become invisible again, so I remain invisible for the next go.
Okay. A couple of them like bump into something and they look confused as they go for it, but they're too caught up in the fervor of battle. And with the help of Omru, now the odds are starting to look a little bit more even. It's still definitely one-sided in favor of Balatosh, but not as badly as it was before. Yeah. The tides have started to shift a little bit. A little bit. Gus, it's your turn.
How long has it been since I cast Enlarge?
I guess 2 rounds.
Okay, how much time is that? That's like 12 seconds?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
technically, yeah. How long does it last?
It lasts a minute.
Oh, wow. Okay. 10 rounds.
Man.
Right? Did I do my math
Yeah.
right? Okay. I have an art major.
So the question that Gus is asking himself very rapidly as this battle moves very quickly is could he be doing more by actually casting his insane thunder and lightning spells that he has. He hasn't even cast lightning yet. He can absolutely channel his inner Thor and endgame spells if he wants to. But that was an insane. That axe was just absolutely magnanimous. And he feels he wants to make sure that Thoras can continue to do what he's doing.
I think magnanimous means friendly.
Magnanimous.
Yeah.
Magnificent monster.
It's not a friendly axe. I don't know.
Magnanimous axe.
Magnanimous means like kind of like generous and friendly.
I'm gonna Google that now.
He did a generous amount of damage. That's for sure.
Oh,
It's true.
it is a concentration spell, so I can't cast anything else though. So I think I'm just continuing to stay next to Thoras.
Okay.
And
Gotta stay close to Thoras.
I'm staying near him, just using all my movement and playing defensive. I ward off anybody who's coming at his backside who might try to get a swing at him.
Sure.
First swing attack.
Go ahead and take a swing at a soldier that's trying to come at Thoras from behind.
4.
4? Oh, that does not hit.
That doesn't. Yeah,
He gets inside your defenses, and you're going to have to fend off an attack from him when
Okay.
it gets to his turn.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Rich, your turn.
So I've
you stand striking like an epic pose, a trio of soldiers on the ground in front of you. And the feel of the slap still ringing through your gauntlet.
Goodness gracious. All right. Wait. Rob, where's he going? I'm going to keep up with him. We're getting too split up. So I'm just going to follow Rob.
All right,
I see him
cool.
going off in the distance, and I don't want us to get too split up.
There's an easy roll like a.
Oh, I've poofed invisible as well. By the
Oh,
way, you're
never
gonna
mind.
You
find
can
it
see
hard.
where he went though, where Thoras went.
With Thoras.
It's hard to miss me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's hard.
there's like a he's basically
Well, I'm looking
carved
for Rob.
more or
I
less.
can't find him. I'm like, oh, where's he at? Oh, it's close.
All right.
Rob, where are you? Whatever. All right. I'm going
He
to.
can't hear you, sadly.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go where my teammates are, my squad mates. We got to stick together. And I'm just going to start making my way through all the chaos.
All right.
Throwing casual backhands at anybody who gets
Roll
close to me.
roll an attack as one of the soldiers gets too close and takes a swing at you.
Okay. Cool. 18.
18. All right. Yeah. You slap him down easily too. and keep making your way over the various bodies and things like that, fighting off a couple as you go.
They're going to learn one day.
All right. So we're gonna do the roll again. One of them is attacking Gus for sure, but I'm gonna roll 2 more to see who else gets attacked. You are invisible, so you're exempt. So 3s don't count, basically. So Thor gets attacked, and Gus gets attacked again. So 1 on the Gus misses, another one misses. Wow, these guys are rolling like crap. They are definitely fodder. Thor, you're being attacked as well. Oh, you get hit.
What do you roll?
Wow, I rolled a natural 19.
My
Yep.
explicit
that'll
purpose
do
is to
it.
keep you from getting hit.
Sorry,
That's okay.
not that much damage
Very
though.
strong.
I can't roll on the table. And then he
You weigh
rolled
1,000
I rolled a
pounds.
1. I rolled a 1 for damage. So take 3 damage. From an average soldier who just gets lucky and his sword happens to find a spot to poke you.
Tiny. Insignificant.
It feels like a mere mosquito sting.
Yeah.
If mosquitoes existed in this world.
Could
But,
be
you know,
potent.
Yeah,
Maybe
it
if I was
could have
allergic
West
to-
Nile virus. But you don't notice. You notice a sting, but you don't notice that much damage. Back to Crack Marrow now, who
No,
definitely turns
he's-
and
What about-
notices you now.
What about
Yeah.
Amru?
Amro, after Amru noticed Crack Marrow get hit by him and start to turn around, Amru turned back to fight the other soldiers because there are some of those monstrosities that the soldiers are going to have trouble with. So he sees Crack Marrow seems to be occupied for the moment, so he's going to do more good in terms of taking out some more soldiers. So, yeah, so he'll do that. Meanwhile, Crack Marrow turns back to you, and he is going to attack you.
Yeah, you can try.
He goes like this, and his sword turns into a big spiked chain, and he swings it around and swings it at you. What's your AC again?
I'm agile.
What's that? I
Agile.
can't roll on the damn table. What is it?
14.
14 hit, and
Have you
another
got
one.
no armor on and you're still 14 AC?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
barbarians.
That's
His
gotta be
second
good.
his second one misses. So I do 2d6 plus 3, but There's more fun. So first of all, take 9 damage, which is not as much as I was hoping for. Rolled pretty poorly, and then do a dexterity save.
I get advantage on this because of my my race.
Oh, really?
Oh, not my race. My
You get an advantage on dex saves?
my barbarian trait. One of my traits is danger sense. I have advantage on dex saving throws.
Oh, okay. Cool.
As long as I'm not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated.
Go for it.
Okay. That's a 16 plus 1. So yeah, 17.
All right. The chain starts to wrap around you, but you shrug it off. Yeah. You feel like you narrowly dodged something very
Can't
bad.
pin me down.
All right. It is your turn.
Let's go, dude. Fuck him up.
I will break you. I'm just gonna whisper it in his ear. I will break you. And I'm gonna swing at him again. We're gonna go for it.
You take time to bend down and whisper in his ear.
It's a free action, I suppose. It's
I rolled 18 for the first one.
okay. That does not hit.
Does not hit.
Wow.
It does not.
Okay.
Oh, thought this would be too easy, did you?
I'm gonna use reckless attacks. Wait, I think it's only the first one of the.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I can't use on this. The second one definitely doesn't hit, and then the third one is a 21.
That hits.
Okay.
You couldn't add the inspiration for the first two?
I could have. I'm gonna add the bardic inspiration to the second one, which was an 11.
The second attack?
Yeah, it was an 11 plus 6.
Yep.
Of my normal hit.
Well,
so
plus
it's-
D6.
So it's set. Yeah.
No,
But
well, it's plus
my
6
My
for
hit
his thing.
modifier is plus 6.
Oh,
And I'm
okay,
gonna
sure.
Add another the bardic inspiration to it. It's a 1.
It's a 1?
waste.
Dude, that's
That
so
a
misses.
waste.
Yep.
Yeah.
You could've
oh,
put it
well.
on
It was
attack
18.
anyway.
That's not gonna
Yep.
hit. Only the 1.
That's rough.
Dude,
I
that
thought you were
is
going to hit for
unlucky.
sure with
That's
that.
unlucky. I'm not gonna deal 52
Well,
damage.
you
in
did
a
one,
single
right?
blow.
You hit him.
Yeah,
you
I
hit him
hit
once,
once.
right?
Could you stop throwing dice at me?
I'm having a hard time rolling on the table too. So.
Oh, here come the ones for
Jesus.
Brennan Hook.
Oh,
1
boy.
damage plus 3.
Crackmero going to give it
Plus
to you.
another D4. So 4 plus 2, 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay.
Amazing that you roll as poorly as
Add
you
another
possibly
2,
can. And you
8 damage.
All right.
still do 8 damage. 8 damage minimum.
He sneers and goes, Balatosh will never be broken.
Okay.
All right. Rob, it's your turn.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
I'm going to continue making my way towards
You
the center of this.
finally, at the end of your action, you finally push your way through the edge of the soldiers streaming through to join the battle, and you find yourself in a very morbid sort of graveyard, if you will, a crystal forest even, where there are all these dark sort of crystals that are sort of pockmarked with decay and things like that sticking up, and you can see the various forms of people. Sometimes the crystals going through them, some the crystals sticking out of them. Some, are just pieces, and the ground has little crystals, and you can see some of them are still growing ever so slowly. And then at the center of it, at the moment, is a sort of almost flower of crystal sticking up, the first one of them poking into a soldier, and then it spreads, you can see. And in the center, you can see the shape of what you assume must be Tekka.
Is when you say see a shape, is it like the crystals have formed around her, or is there a body? Is it just crystals in the shape of her body?
No, she's like within the crystals, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see the shape of what you assume is her, because who else would have the size of like a preteen
Sure.
girl here, or
Okay.
young teenage girl, basically.
Is that the end of my turn?
Yes, that's
Okay.
it. Yeah. All right. So it's going to be Gus next.
All right, I have witnessed a rather stupendous swing and a miss, and then another one, and then one that chipped off a piece of armor from the big guy, and I am starting to question how valuable Thoras, being as large as he is right now, is. The bad guy, the
Maybe
one
bigger
person
isn't always
poked him
better.
for a second, didn't seem to really do that much to him, and there doesn't seem to be that much influence coming from behind, and I'm wondering if my forces could be used better somewhere. So I yell, Thoras, you might get a little smaller. Maybe we'll make you big again in a second, okay? just hold on, buddy. I drop the concentration on. You shrink back down to a mere 200 pounds and 7 feet tall.
Lord Crackmarrow sees this happening, and he gives you this huge grin with like dagger teeth.
How tall is what's his name?
Crackmarrow?
Yeah.
He's tall. He's about as tall as he is normally.
Okay, it's like 7 feet tall.
So you shrink.
Pick
from
him up and throw him
14
at
to
some
7.
point.
Blow
Anyways,
him up, wizard.
so I stop that, but at the same time I start to twirl my staff above my head. The lightning, like the storms, kind of swirls above it. Lightning comes down from it as it charges at the staff, and then I wield it straight at him, and I cast a level 4 lightning bolt.
Jesus Christ.
Whoa! All right.
It's every creature in the line. I use the spell contortion to make sure it dodges him and Amru. So it doesn't hit them, but it hits everything in a 100-foot line from where I casted it.
100-foot line.
Yes.
Wow,
That's
all right.
nuts.
So it's going to kill a lot of zombies around us too. Each creature must make a dex saving throw. Dex 15.
Roll for 100 times.
Yeah. Well, basically, behind Crackmarrow, just a line of soldiers is just charred to a crisp.
Yeah.
Crackmarrow, though, let's see if he can beat this. Get a 15. You said
15.
he does not save it. He rolled a 2.
In which case, I roll
My guys are not doing
96s.
well, dude.
96s for a 4th level spell.
Whoa.
All right.
That's nuts.
Yeah, man. Number inflation in 5th edition is real, dude.
Rolled a lot of bad numbers. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30.
30. Okay.
Wow.
He is
Lightning damage.
sufficiently zapped with lightning, and falls to one knee as the energy courses through him, and he shakes and contorts a little bit, but then stands up, his armor sort of steaming with like heat and energy, and gives you a baleful look. He's coming for you.
Oh no! Help me!
All right, Rich,
I'm standing behind him. By the way.
Am I in?
you have basically caught up to these guys.
Okay,
Yeah.
but not too close.
Close enough that you could advance and join the fight if you want to, or you could stay back and do something.
I want to
else.
stay like on that threshold of 30 feet away so I can use a spell.
All right.
The spell I'm going to use is suggestion.
Okay.
And at this point, he's been damaged by this lightning bolt. So what I want to suggest to him,
Okay.
what I want to suggest to you, was it Krakenmarrow, Krakenmeyer, whatever the
Crackmarrow.
hell your name is, Crackmarrow. Look, dude. First of all, everybody here is going to try to kill you nonstop. Your forces are outnumbered. There's nothing else that you can do right now. Balatosh has been using you as his little doormat, making you do all his dirty work while you're out here on the field getting sliced and diced by crazy dudes. I suggest that you take your forces and go back home
All right.
and never come back again.
What's the saving throw I need to beat on that?
I gotta do something first.
It's usually 15.
Yeah, 15. I think it's probably gonna be
It depends on the spellcaster. It's a wisdom save.
14.
14. Okay.
Yeah, 14.
All right. Let's see what happens. It's a big roll. Oh, natural 19.
It's worth a shot.
A good try.
He
Of sturdy mind.
he goes. He just looks at you and he goes, "Prepare for the end," or some other generic bad guy phrase. But, he just got hit with lightning. His brain isn't very creative.
Are you prepare for the end of the back of my hand? I'll be waiting.
He just shrugs. He's it's the army at this point. A couple of them are going to attack again as a couple get through the lines. You again are basically outside of the fight at this point. So I'm going to roll a D3 on this D6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh. Can I roll on the table ever? One on Thoras, and then one on you, and another one on you. All right. So 2 of them get through to attack you. What's your AC again?
12.
12? Okay. That's a hit. Second one, we'll just do both of the ones on you. Second one misses. So it's going to be 7 damage. So one of them gets through and sticks you with the sword. Yep. Now it's going to be Thoras. What's your AC again? It was 14, right?
14.
Yeah, so this hits. I rolled a 14, so plus 5 for that. And the damage is not that much, 5. This one gets through and pokes you again. Is the poking adding up, though?
No.
All right, well, maybe
You have
what...
so much HP.
Yeah.
Barbarians are crazy.
So Crackmarrow, now it's his turn, and he was engaged in battle with Thoras, but after the lightning bolt came through and roasted him, turns and swings his spiked chain blade at you in a flurry of blows. What's your AC?
11.
11. Hit. Miss. Hit. Wow, I'm surprised that last one hit actually. All right, so the initial damage is
I'm okay-ish.
13.
That's a lot.
Second hit is I rolled double ones on the damage on the second one. Wow. All right, so 5.
Okay. So
Now-
13. So 18 total.
Now 18 so far.
Okay.
Now roll a DC 14 dexterity saving throw
So I roll a d20.
You roll a d20, you just have to beat 14.
with your dex save.
11.
11.
Plus-
What's your
plus dex save?
dex modifier? Yeah.
Well, 12.
All right. Oh boy. So
Help,
Gus
boys.
is dead.
it's dexterity saving throw or suffer one additional effect of the Shadow Dancer's choice. What should my choice be? Shadow Dancer is one of the monsters I used to make this guy. Let's see. You know what? There's 3 possibilities. I'm going to just simply roll a d6, and we'll just take whatever the roll is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. This could range from meh to maybe you're dead. All right. The target is knocked prone.
Ooh,
Okay.
You lucked out.
That's
Okay.
All
So
right,
take 18
so-
damage.
Yep, 18 damage, and you are knocked down. So basically, it swipes through, tears a chunk out of you, and you fall prone. So that means your next action has to be standing up. Basically.
Okay.
Yeah. Could have been much worse.
Could have been. I can't do
Could've
that
been
too many
much
more times.
Yeah. All right. Thoras, you just saw poor Gus get knocked down by the chainsword. Chainsword? We're in 40K apparently now.
And I yelled at him, all right, now you're his size. You got this. Before was easy. Now show me how strong you are, dude.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I will. Yeah, I'm gonna literally whack him again with my axe.
All right.
your character
Meanwhile,
very dynamic.
Yeah.
Amru is still
Chapel, one idea.
doing what he can to the army. The soldiers of Siku have been rallied around him, and he's leading kind of a grand charge into the heart of the Bolatash army. But you can definitely tell he's having a pretty enormous effect, and the fact that you're distracting Lord Crackmarrow from fighting him is definitely helping out a lot.
I'm gonna roll advantage on that. like
Okay.
I just did, which ends up being 18
How are you getting advantage on this?
because I'm using reckless attacks, which means you get advantage on your attacks next turn against
Oh.
me.
Okay.
Yeah. But it didn't hit.
Uh-oh.
I
All
don't
right.
think it did. 18, not a hit.
Not a hit.
That's so.
Oh, this is going to be
dumb.
fun next time. I can't
20,
wait.
baby!
What?
Another nat 20. Another 20, dude.
I've been
been
like
pulling
6
them
natural
out.
20s
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And I'm
Jeez.
rolling another one right now. 18, I mean, it's close enough. All right.
Yeah, it hits.
That's plus 6 on that.
All right, so the first attack does critical damage.
First attack's a crit.
Critical hit.
So do we only double the die, right? Not the total amount.
That's right.
Okay.
Oh,
Not using that.
on the table.
Using that though, it's 11. 22 off the bat with that attack.
All right.
Let's go for the second one.
Well, what do you add for strength?
A 10 for the second one. Holy shit.
The second one's not a crit, though, right?
No.
Yeah,
32 in total, and that's just base damage already. Add 4 from the rage.
Okay.
So 36.
36.
And then add 6. 42 damage.
Don't you also add the D4?
No, the D4 was
the
from being
D4 was
big.
from-
42
big.
damage.
46.
46 damage?
Wait, 42.
No, it was 42.
42 damage. All right.
Yeah.
That means okay. So you definitely, with another flurry of blows from your massive axe, hew large chunks of not just armor but flesh from Lord Crackmarrow. And he starts to stagger, but doesn't quite fall yet, seeming to have some sort of unearthly reserve of energy keeping him upright.
I'm going to steal your tower and use it and open a bakery in it.
He goes, if you strike me down, more will come.
And I will serve them baked goods from your tower that I will convert into a bakery.
All right,
hack.
Rob, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to smack the crystal that I believe is holding the girl. Whether
Sure.
dead or alive, I don't really care. I'm just going to try and break the crystal open.
Okay.
So I'm going to take my hammer, and I'm just going to smash the crystal, the central one.
All right. Roll an attack just to make sure you don't roll a 1. If you roll anything other than 1, it's fine. Okay. So you strike the crystal. Roll damage for your hammer attack.
That is a 1d10 plus 1. Where the hell are the 10s? Oh, yeah, they're the ones that look like spirals.
9.
10 damage.
Okay. You knock a large chunk out of the crystals, and this like awful aroma of just like death comes out and hits you in the face essentially. And you can see clearer that she's definitely in there, but you haven't quite reached her. Yep.
Okay.
But it does appear you can break the crystal.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Now is Gus.
So, do I get to do anything as I get up, or do I just have to get up?
No, you basically just have to get up. That's your action. I suppose any free actions.
Can I
you
move?
Well, no. Your entire movement is spent getting up.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, I'm not invisible anymore.
I figured you wouldn't be.
Yeah, because I attacked.
That's fine.
So this consumes movement and action.
It does.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, then I pick myself up, very wary of the man who I see being destroyed in front of me, but doesn't seem to be going down. And I start to speculate: can we kill him? Does how much damage we do matter? Because that was about the most powerful lightning bolt I think I've ever thrown. That was nuts. And that's it.
Okay.
I got it.
Well, it is now Rich's turn.
Is there any way
You
I-
took a hit from
Pimp
some of the
slapping.
dudes nearby.
Pimp slapping.
Yeah.
There are some soldiers that are assaulting you a bit.
Yeah, but I'm in cracking my marrow.
Yeah.
Marrow. He's there.
Okay.
He needs to be smacked. I feel like. No, actually, I wanna use my acrobatics or strength or whatever to help him out. Help get him a little bit further away from.
You could. He's okay. He's stood up.
cool?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
he
mean,
stood up.
he's stood up at
I'm
this
beat
point.
up, but I'm stood up.
Yeah, you're not prone anymore.
Okay, cool. He's
Yeah.
not prone anymore. All right. And
So.
where's Crackmore? Where's his attention? Is it still on us?
It's basically on Bren right now. Yeah, it's definitely on Thoras after the horrible whipping he's just received. Yep.
Thoras is fucking.
Okay. I want to attempt. Actually, no. I'm just gonna. I feel like for me, I'm just gonna continue to. Or, how's our bone friend doing?
Oh, he's doing great.
He's doing great.
He is. He's definitely taken a lot of hits. You can see like chunks of the the carapace armor have fallen away. He's maybe moving a little bit slower than he was, but he's still definitely making good progress through the soldiers.
Fuck it. I'm gonna slap this dude. Let's go. I'm slapping him.
Slapping
I'm slapping
Crackmarrow?
him. I'm slapping
All
him.
right. He's hard to hit. Go for it.
Not for Malik, though. I can feel it.
Oh, that is way off the table.
18.
18
Oh,
plus.
Wait. Yeah. Plus.
There's the D12 back.
Well, basically, it's a hit because anything above 18 hits him. Yeah.
So for me, that would hold up.
So
Yeah, 21.
roll damage.
Roll damage for
Roll
your pimp
damage.
slap.
A D2. You have a D12 in damage?
Oh wait, no.
I was gonna say. What kind of slap is that? Holy crap! That's a D12. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for my 8.
D8 is like the diamond-shaped one, which is
Or no, not 8.
Oh, 6. Yeah.
There we are.
Oh.
1 damage.
Plus your strength
Plus
modifier.
This is -1, so that's 0.
Right. You just walk up. You just walk up, and you pimp slap Lord Crackamere on the back of the head, and it doesn't really. His head just kind of goes like this,
I'm just sending a message.
and
I'm not trying to hurt
he
him.
just turns and gives you this look like, what are you doing?
I'm just sending a message. I'm not trying to hurt him.
He just looks confused at this suicidal bard that has walked up and lightly brushed the back of his head.
Yeah, and I did that to your Herald too. And I slapped his jaw off. He ain't like it.
All right, it's
I saw him do it.
there's a couple army dudes, a couple soldiers that are gonna attack again. One goes to nobody. The other one goes to Thoras, who will swing and miss. All right, back to Crackamero, who has just been pimp slapped in the back of the
Bye,
head.
guys.
And
I did that
he
to
goes,
first.
he goes, die worm, and takes and swipes at you with his sword.
Can I use my
Yeah.
what is it? Cutting words.
How does that work again? Yeah.
Cutting words. So basically, I can roll whatever I roll. You subtract that from your roll.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
On a what? On a D6?
On a D6.
On a
Okay.
D6. Yeah.
What are your cutting words going to be to Lord Crackmare? You got his attention.
Oh no, man. My cutting words to him would be I fucked your Herald in the mouth as he died.
And we're rolling D6. What'd you roll? Holy moly.
3.
3. All right, subtract 3. All right. He looks, blood streams from multiple wounds on his body, and he looks absolutely furious. And he goes, "That was my favorite Herald." And he's going to take a swing at you. Oh my goodness. That's a 19. And then he hits, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You may be dead.
You
He's
might be
gonna. So he hit you 3 times. Okay, it's 12.
A lot of damage.
Oh boy, that's 10. How many hit points do you have? Oh my gosh, I rolled 2 6s.
I'm dead.
Jesus.
15?
Yeah.
Total?
No, that was just the third attack.
Okay, yeah, no.
It was 12, 10,
I
15,
have 24
so
hit points. I'm
22 plus 50, 37
dead.
damage.
I'm dead. Yeah.
No, you're not dead. When you reduce below 0,
Yeah.
basically you're on unconscious, incapacitated, and then
Yeah.
each turn you have to roll to see if you get worse or better.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So he just turns, and he gives you a pimp slap of his own in return with his non-sword hand, and just spins you completely around, and you sprawl into the.
We gotta kill him this go around.
All right.
It was worth it.
It's Thoras. It's your turn. You just saw the bard
I just saw the bard collapse,
laying prone.
laid out after
That's
he
right.
went up to him, and I'm, a tear rolls down my cheek, and I scream.
You've learned to care, and they say
That was
his heart grew
Thoras's
3
favorite
sizes.
comedian. I'm gonna roll to hit him. The first one is a 23.
All right, that hits.
The second one is 19. And the third one is an 14.
All right, anything above an 18 hit.
2 hits.
2 hits, yeah.
Is there do we still have the bardic inspiration? Since
Oh,
he's
he
dead?
used his.
No, he
yeah,
used
he
it.
used his.
Oh, you could use it only one
You
time.
totally
Yeah,
botched
it's
it.
Oh, it wasn't
Yeah.
one time per turn. Okay.
That's 14 at 6, 20 at 24 damage.
All right. You as you yell that your epic words, you bring your axe across and just cut him in half horizontally, and the two halves cartwheel through the air and land And as the soldiers around you see that, they start to flee. The Balatash soldiers start to flee back towards the ash. Amru rather just continues carving through them. The soldiers have the upper hand, and the battle becomes a rout. And the warriors of Siku, against all odds, due to the help of you brave warriors, have driven them off.
I begin to chase.
All right. So you chase the remaining soldiers as they head off into the forest. Meanwhile,
Yes.
Omru and the soldiers start to regroup as the elation of winning the battle begins to fade. The realization begins to set in of the crystal contagion that affected Porteka and the other soldiers and things like that. You are still chipping through, and you finally do get to the point where you've uncovered part of her arm, and it's still warm. It's still warm, and you believe you feel a pulse there too. So as you continue to chip, you gradually free Tekka from the crystal, and she's unconscious but seems to be alive. As the soldiers gather around and take off their helmets, Tantaka rushes up and gathers her up in her arms, sobbing. Oh, my daughter. What's that? Yeah.
Be careful, Tantaka. Be careful. You know not what has happened to her. Let me heal her and keep her here for a moment.
He reluctantly puts her down on the ground.
Okay, give us some space. Give us some space. I'm gonna cast Spare the Dying on her to stabilize her.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna. Is she alive?
For the record, she isn't the only unconscious one right now.
That's true, but I didn't see that happen.
So the soldiers pick you up and then basically bring you over and lay you down next to
There are
Tekka
only
as well.
two incapacitated people in this battle. The soldiers saw the one bard, and they were like, he's the one out of this battlefield.
He's a hero, though. They saw what he
He's a
did.
hero.
Yeah.
He was pimp slapping people left, right, and
He helped
center,
turn the
causing a
tide.
scene.
He walked right up to an almost a being of almost unfathomable evil strength and just clocked him in the back of the head.
Yeah, man. I took all the aggro for that, man.
You did. Nice taunt. But so anyway, so you're able to stabilize her, and I would assume other people will help you stabilize and bring you around. Tekka looks very much the worse for wear, though.
I'm gonna also cast Cure Wounds on her and try and heal her up.
Okay. The healing seems to be, again, like stabilizing her. A little bit of color returns, to her face and all that, but she doesn't really seem to be waking up. You feel the ground shake slightly as Omru strides up, the bone armor starting to crack and fall away. And as he takes his last few steps up to the line, a very familiar, ancient-looking elf steps out of the remnants of the armor and walks up, looking a little bit in pain, looking very tired, up to where you're standing, and sees you, and he motions for you to step away.
You, the old elf man, we ate your soup.
You did indeed. Was it tasty?
I'm so
Yeah, it was
gullible.
good soup.
Wonderful. If you'll step aside, please. There's something very important I must do. And so
I step back.
he kneels down and puts his hands on Tekka and another hand on one of the crystals nearby and channels something, bows his head and says, "O goddess Alona of life and elements, please free these people from their dark prison and bring them back to the light." And as he says this, the crystals begin to crack and break apart here and there, and the soldiers trapped inside, the ones that haven't been skewered anyway by crystals who are actually dead, the few that were trapped inside will fall to the ground unconscious, but other than that, alive. Tekka starts to stir slightly, but is still unconscious, but clearly much better now. Yeah.
What happened to them, old elf?
He goes, a contagion born of Balatash, the god of death and decay.
Where did you come from?
I came from a place long, long ago, and this time has been my penance. I have protected this land for centuries, but I see that my efforts alone are no longer enough to keep Siku in the north safe.
Were you wearing those bones that we gave you?
The bone pact kept me supplied with the material I needed to construct this magical armor.
So were you around for the Fool's War?
He says, there were many fools throughout the millennia. I certainly was one.
Whoa.
And he says, however, I don't have much time left and there is much to teach. Those touched by the contagion are not fully freed, but I will bestow a bit of my power upon them and allow them to call upon the bone armor, the gift from Ilona to me, and with them perhaps raise a new group of defenders for Siku and for the north. And perhaps when I'm gone, this area will still be filled with life. And perhaps someday the Ashlands will receive and more life again will spring back to this continent. But until Ilona is freed, I'm afraid menaces like this will only continue to keep cropping up.
Can you tell me what my purpose is?
He puts a hand on your shoulder and he goes, that, my friend, is a story for another time. And that's where we'll end it. In the meantime, you hear another bestial roar as Thoras charges off, cutting down merrily the last of the Bolotov soldiers.
The thrill of
That's where we'll
battle.
end it. That's it.
Oh, very good. Thank you, Doe. That was wonderful.
That was beautiful.
Great. Glad you had a good time. Thank you, all you guys, for watching, and hopefully we'll see some more. So there will be more Ashlands content in the future.
That was
Dude, that was just a Thoras escort mission. Just point him in the right directions and make sure he doesn't kill the wrong thing.
He was like VIP, and he was also kind of like the Mount at times.
The DPS chart at the end is just Thoras, Gus, everyone else.
Yeah.
Really is.
But the very inspirational bard,
Yes.
inspiring with a performance of Pimp Slaps. It's a different kind of performance you usually see from most bards, but
Well, yeah, exactly. Got to be different. Keep it,
yeah, it's a much more physical performance.
Yeah, yeah. It's my way of disrespecting.
Yeah, that's right. Some powerful magic and some natural thorax enhancement from the Ganassi over there, and some solid clerical advice from the cleric,
Yes,
who managed to keep people somewhat on track. That was good for the most part.
vaguely speaking. That was sick.
This Robert Trollope was a much better person than the last Robert Trollope.
Yes, yeah. This Robert Trollope was.
He's a much more wholesome trollop.
a
Yes.
kind human.
Yes.
The other one just wanted to eat and drink, and he was perfectly happy not helping
Let's
anybody.
feed
ever.
the sheep alcohol.
Yeah, to get the
that was
sheep
great.
wasted.
Cool.
All right, sick.
All right. What
well,
time are we at?
The next thing that we have is on Tuesday on this channel. We've
Oh,
got another episode of the
9:58.
Cactus and
Perfect.
Castles. Yeah, that was actually perfect. You timed that brilliantly.
Yeah, man.
Sweet.
Yeah, wonderful.
Good job,
Totally
DM.
intentional.
All right, we will see you guys on Tuesday
you.
then.
DM.
See you then.
That's fun.
See you on Tuesday
See you guys.
for
Thanks for watching.
more episodes of the regular show.